Capital Community Television, in cooperation with the Salem Cricket Club, presents 100 ball cricket from Yoshikai Elementary Field in Salem, Oregon. Today we have the Avengers versus the Royals, two member clubs of the Salem Cricket Club. And I'm joined here by Kevin Patterson, very seasoned cricket player and certified umpire with Cricket New Zealand. And I'm Anthony Lowley. Thanks for joining us. So today, Kevin, we have a 100 ball game. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about the 100 ball game and how it differs in format from some other forms of cricket.
For sure, Alan. Thank you for the introduction. 100 ball cricket is a recent innovation by the English Cricket Board to attempt to shorten the game even further than 20 over cricket, which runs for about a standard 3 hours as it currently exists. 20 over cricket has been around for about 20 years. And replaced one-day cricket, which was 50 over cricket that ran for 8 hours. Now, 100 ball cricket is literally, we bowl 100 deliveries. And that means that we have 11 players on the field. 4 or 5 of them are going to be designated bowlers, and they have restrictions on how many balls each of them can bowl.
And maybe a little bit of information about cricket generally for our viewers. In cricket, we have a team that goes in to bat and set a target, and then we have the other team chase that target. So we have one innings for each side.
That's right. So unlike baseball, where we have 9 innings, each side just has 1 innings. But unlike baseball, where you need to have 3 outs to change an innings, in cricket, you need 10 outs.
Yeah, so we do have 11 listed batsmen, but 2 need to be out in the centre at one time. One is a facing batsman, one is a running batsman, and we can't have one left out there on their own to continue the game. So that's why we have 10 wickets. So we'll be getting underway here shortly. Thank you for joining us today, and please do check out the website at cctvsalem.org. You can also find us on HD channel 322, and for cricket information generally, the Oregon Cricket League and Salem Cricket Club can be found through your online search.
Good afternoon, and thank you everyone for coming here for our successful 3rd year cricket ground anniversary. Salem Cricket Club would like to thank you, City of Salem, especially Public Works Parks Operations. From the Public Parks, Nitin is here. Please come here.
Except you, thanks from city side.
Thank you so much. Please join us. And also we'd like to thank on behalf of Salem Cricket Club, Neighborhood Association for our supporting us, developing this cricket ground to enable us to bring this game cricket into our Willamette Valley. Thank you CCTV for covering this event and the game today. We hope to develop a great partnership with you to telecast more games as we work to make cricket another healthy outdoor sport to participate and watch here in Salem. Every year we continue to do some progress in ground development activities with City of Salem Parks Operations. All involved in city staff members have been very helpful in cricket ground development. This ground is ranked #1 cricket ground in Oregon. Over the past 2 years, multiple improvements has been completed. First year project included ground leveling and installing the pitch and the cricket mat. Second year we focused on irrigation, and this year we are working with city to install bleachers and practice pitches on the site. Once again, thank you City of Salem, Public Works. Thank you Nitin.
I accepted from the city side. Thank you.
Today we also have with us Oregon Cricket League President Rio. Rio, please come here.
Rio, thank you for...
Rio.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me. It was a very nice game.
Always a pleasure.
A little bit heated, but that was okay. That's okay. That's the spirit of the game. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for coming, sir.
And Salem Cricket Club would also like to thank you all the sponsors who have donated in the past and continue to help us with the continued growth. Today cricket game is in short format match. It's an 100 balls over 100 balls, and it's between the 2 teams, Avengers and Royals. We hope you all enjoy the game and plan to attend on more games. Thank you.
Thank you, President.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good job.
And we've just got a wide-angle shot of the field here, so you can see it's a very well-prepared field by the City of Salem. The club has worked very closely with the city over the past few years. It opened here for cricket in 2017, and you can see it's a nice, big, broad surface area. And maybe, Kevin, you could tell us a little bit about the dimensions and some of the markings here.
Right you are. So as you can see, as we pan out to the edge of the field, you can see the outer boundary. That's marked by those orange cones there. It is approximately 75 yards from the middle. Inside those cones, we have another circle. This is the fielding circle. This is where fielding restrictions can apply. This circle is just 30 yards out. That is set there so that players cannot set a field where you have everybody on the boundary. They can no set more than 5 players outside that circle, but inside the boundary. And for a particular five over period, or about a third of the game, they can only have 2 players outside there. So you can get a lot of gaps in there. You can score a lot of big runs in there if you have your mind set to plunder the bowling during a particular period of the game.
Yeah, so we'll have the team set the field to the bowling. So the bowler is going to try and bait the batsman into particular shots. And of course, in cricket, you can score 360 degrees around the batsman. There's no foul zone, so look out for balls through the match that may score runs behind off the bat. Also behind the leg of the batsman, the leg side. And of course, shots that are played out in the open field to the open side of the batsman or the offside of the batsman, where we should see a lot of runs in this game. So look out for those gaps in the field, and of course the batsman really trying to pick those spaces apart during these different fielding restriction moments of the innings.
That's correct. So unlike baseball, where the only times you can really score runs is if you go for the fence, or you have in a misfield somewhere in the quadrant you're hitting, cricket is a much more diverse game in that you can have 1 run scored, 2 runs scored, 3 runs scored. If you get it to the boundary, which is where those orange cones are, you get 4 runs for that. If you get it over the boundary without it hitting the ground first, you get 6 runs for that.
And so, although cricket's been around for quite some time, the Salem Cricket Club is quite new. We talked about this field being open in 2017. The club itself was only founded in 2016. So five of the founders of the cricket club, Dick Shunt, who's one of our captains today for the Royals, a software analyst with HP. He's been in Salem for about 15 years. Sheshu, who is our captain for the Avengers, a system architect with ODOT, our Oregon State Department of Transport. He's been in Salem for about 8 years. Balakrishna, another software programmer with ODOT, 10 years. Siva, software architect with ODOT, 5 years. And then Surya, a former Salem resident, no longer residing here, but was instrumental in founding the club. So started off with 1 team. We have these 2 teams participating now. There's also a 3rd team for tennis ball cricket, so which is an introductory cricket, playing the game maybe with a less intimidating tennis ball as opposed to a cricket ball, which is very, very similar in size, dimension and texture to a baseball, but 1 centre seam all the way around, 2 hemispheres of smooth leather that the teams will try and manage the condition of the ball through the match. And we'll be back after a few messages. Thank you.
Support for tonight's program was provided by Les Schwab Tire Centers, where doing the right thing matters. Experience the Les Schwab difference at your neighborhood Les Schwab Tire Center or visit us on the web at leschwab.com.
And here we are with the Royals versus Avengers. We've had the umpire make their way out to the centre. And of course we have the Avengers losing the toss today. So they're in the field. They are wearing the red shirts with the navy pants. We have umpire Kevin Patterson making his way out to the centre. So Kevin, although he'll be joining us later in the broadcast, will also be umpiring here today. And we have the Royals in purple with first strike ready to set a target for the score today. So You'll see we have the umpire holding his arm out to ensure that the batsman has their strike. So the batsman, you can see, is getting himself set and stable. The bowler, number 99 today. Our first bowler, Lucky, he'll be opening the bowling for the Avengers, and he is a right-arm bowler. He's going to come over the wicket, which means that he will be having his arm come to the close side of the wicket, and he's facing right-handed batsman today, taking the strike. Here we go, the first ball of the match. Okay, so we've had the ball move a little bit there into the bowler, so we are going to see a lot of lateral movement of the ball during cricket. We're here in Salem with a nor'wester gusting up to about 10, 11 miles an hour, so it's coming a little bit from left to right as you look at the screen, and it's a bit of a headwind for the bowler today.
That's good. How long do you get to stay for?
So here we are for the second ball of the over. You see the in-swinging ball. Now you'll see the bowler is appealing. One of the laws of the game of cricket is called a leg before wicket, and it's a way that a bowler can get a batsman out by deceiving with the flight of the ball and the batsman placing their leg or any body part in front of the wicket to defend the wicket. So a leg before wicket is a way to get out if the batsman does not make a clear strike of the ball. The umpire must make a judgment as to whether they believe that ball would hit the wicket if the batsman's body did not intervene with the path of the ball. Here we go for the third ball of the over from Lucky. Nice bit of in-swing so far. A slower ball. You see that came out of the top of the hand, and that's a wide from the umpire. So that means, although that was the third ball of the over, we're going to bowl that one again. So an over is a group of 6 balls, typically 1 through 6 in this case. If we have an extra coming into bowl, remember, repeat of the third ball, Lucky. Oh, it's a swing and a miss outside off stump. So that ball was pitched a little bit shorter in length, which means that it pitched closer to the center of the pitch. Raised a little bit up around waist height, tempting the batsman to have a strike at the ball with a square shot. So the bowler's really trying to test this batsman out. He's had a few in-swinging deliveries. He's had a tighter delivery on the stumps, a slower delivery, now a wider one to bait the batsman out. Another in-swinging ball, well played and square through the first fielder, and that's through for the first run of the game. So pretty tidy over so far. We've had 1 wide, which is also a penalty run, and we've had 1 run scored from the batsman. So we have the Royals 2 runs for no wickets lost. We're now at our 5th ball of the over. The umpire just holding the field while the batsman is getting organised with equipment. And a second run for our... so we had 1 run for our wide delivery as a penalty and 1 run scored off the bat. So we have 2 runs for no wickets lost. A longer run up from Lucky here. A little bit more pace. Well played, a deflected shot to the square area of the field. And in cricket, a little bit different to baseball, there is no obligation to run if you make a clean shot of the ball. So the batsman choosing there that the field is set quite tight. And here we are, although it's our 7th ball, it's really the 6th ball because we've had a wide with a penalty delivery. Oh, and that's played full, chipped over the infield. Whoa, we've had 1 run and a slip. So very unlucky there not to get 2 runs for the Royals on that leg side chip shot over the infield. And that's our over. So traditionally we would have the field rotate here, but instead we're going to have our batsmen swap ends. So we're going to have bowling occur from the same end. Traditionally in a cricket match you would rotate the field from end to end with each over. So we have the conclusion of over 1, the Royals 3 runs, 1 from a wide, 2 from the bat for no wickets lost, and that's the conclusion of our first over. So second over, Jota, number 77 for the Avengers. Getting set, getting organised. The fielding players staying loose between overs, passing the ball amongst themselves, keeping their hand warm. A couple of quick warm-up throws from Jota. You'll also notice with the bowling techniques, the elbow must be straight. So you can't extend your elbow through the pathway of bowling the ball. That's another technique subtlety and law with cricket. You could be ruled a no ball if you do start with a bent elbow and extend that through. So you'll notice a nice straight arm from the bowlers. Oh, a nice deflected shot just across the face of the bat. You'll notice that one went behind the batsman. So there's a 360-degree scoring opportunity. So that's another run for the Royals off the first ball of the over. So we have a wicket-keeper behind the stumps, a little bit like a catcher in baseball. That wicket-keeper is a designated specialty position. Ooh, a little bit of drift in the air. You'll probably notice a good bit of swing of the ball. In cricket, there is one centre seam of the ball, a little bit different to baseball, where we have the pattern seam around both sides of the ball. So we typically have a keel down the centre of the ball for the wind. So we will see with this medium pace bowling, medium pace is typically about 70 miles an hour through about 85 miles an hour. A little bit more drift in the ball. Nice little infield hustle there. So we get restricting the batsman to no runs. So fairly tidy over so far. Only one run conceded from 4 deliveries. The field is up very tight. You'll notice inside that 30-yard centre circle. Oh, well played with a straight bat. A defensive stroke there. On the front foot, lifting the ball up, driving through the offside. So the offside is the open side to the batsman as opposed to the leg side, which as we look at the screen would be to the right of the right-handed batsman. The offside would be to the left. So still only one run. Ooh, a swing and a miss. That's down through the leg side, and that's over. So only one run, very frugal. So the goal here now, we only have 14.4 overs left. 4 runs on the board. So we want to see the players maybe once they get their eye in a little bit, really start to go after and chase a few more bigger hits and boundaries. We do have fielding restrictions in play for 3 more overs, which means we're only allowed 2 players outside the inner circle, that 30-yard circle. And that's meant to encourage a little bit of attacking stroke play. We want that ball to get lifted over or through that infield and get some runs, or we want to get the ball out to the boundary for 4 runs. So if that reaches the boundary, the outer ring, we get 4 runs. If it clears the outer boundary, it's 6 runs automatically. No need to run between wickets. Here we are, opening ball to third over. It's a full toss, no bounce, a nice chip over the mid-wicket area on the leg side, goes out to the mid-wicket boundary. We've got 2 clean runs there. Excellent threading of the needle through those 2 fielders. That mid-wicket fielder on the leg side, just inside the ring, and then we have a long on, or we have a fielder on the long boundary just to the leg side who cleaned that one up. And there's that replay. Good response. Nice tight delivery there, good response. An excellent defensive shot.
Usually it's about half to 1 inch, but we can do it because our blades.
And so those last 2, just adding 2 to the score, 4 up to 6 runs for no loss of a wicket for the Royals. So we have Lucky back bowling.
That would be a boundary.
So it slows the ball down.
Slows the ball down. Because in cricket they don't play like baseball only in the air. A lot of shots on the ground. And then the grass slows it down.
Just checking with the officials here on the over count.
There's lemonade and water. We didn't do three because it's kind of
Oh, it's a great strike at the stumps. Oh, a nice little play to the leg side. The batsman took a chance for taking a run. That short mid-wicket player, number 8, Ratanga, very, very quick for a strike at the runner's end stumps. Here's the replay, short. They're committed to the run. Ratanga has a... Ooh. And you can see the batsman would have been well short there had that hit the stumps on the full. So that's another way for the batsman to get out. And we've had a little bit of an injury break here. I think that ball getting fired through just knocked Lucky on the inside of the foot. So a little bit of medical attention there. Hopefully he's okay. The umpire just ensuring that everything will be taken care of there. So let's take a look at how quickly that was fired off. And you see, oh, just caught above the ankle there. Probably a very, very painful spot. So getting caught short and the stumps being broken on a run is another way to get out. That's called getting run out. Not dissimilar to a baseball player being short of a base. So calling for some medical attention here. And we might just take a short break for these messages.
Support for tonight's program was provided by Les Schwab Tire Centers, where doing the right thing matters. Experience the Les Schwab difference at your neighborhood Les Schwab Tire Center or visit us on the web at leschwab.com.
Okay, so Lucky is back to his feet after a little bit of medical attention. Hopefully just a bit of a sting and nothing too serious. So this 100-ball game, it's going to get going very quickly. A little bit of a hobble. Maybe that's affected him, just the speed of the run-up, but you can see a nice, strike straight down the ground and through for 4 runs. Just a little bit of a misfield on the boundary there, but a nice full-length ball. The batsman stepped forward to meet it at the pitch of the ball, and you see that timing, the strike of the bat through the offside. And here's our replay. Step forward, cleared that inner ring, got over those inner fielders. Little bit of a misfield on the way through to for 4 runs. Here comes Lucky again. So we're up to 10 for no wicket. And lashing out again. So we're starting to see a little bit more creativity, a little bit more of a cavalier effort from the Royals now with that field up. So 5 runs thus far from the over. We're up to 11 runs for no wickets lost. That bump on the ankle certainly seems to have affected Lucky a little bit. He was bowling well in that first over. Deflected away on the leg side and the square leg. Another strike, ooh, well short of the line. So we have some pretty sharp throwing on the infield there. That was number 8 again, Ratanga. Throwing that ball back, firing it back. We see our wicket keeper coming forward, Rajosh, and he was there to take that over the bails. The bails, of course, are the 2 individual pieces of wood that balance between the 3 wickets, and those bails must be dislodged for a wicket to be taken either from a direct hit short of ground or a bowling delivery. Around the wicket now. Oh, opened the face of the bat, and that is just bounced 1 short for 4 runs. Had that gone 2 or 3 more yards, we might have seen our first 6 of the game, but that's another 4, so it's 15 runs now for no loss.
Are you enjoying it?
Oh, we are.
So Lucky trying around the wicket, trying to tempt the batsman out in the off stump, and the batsman has had a big swing there.
They're party hopping.
Party hopping.
Yeah, all these
Oh,
seniors,
yeah, thank you, man.
all these seniors are.
Win it. I'll come here.
Yeah.
We're kind of doing that today.
And Vinit there, another great strike of the ball. Lucky's coming in towards the end of the over. Ooh, a little bit of a feathering outside of off stump, and the wicket keeper has taken that one. No willow has hit the ball, so that's just a missed shot. Unlucky there. So after that big 4 and a big over, we're out now up to 15 runs for no wicket. ready to change bowlers for our next over.
And is it 3 outs, 2 innings? Or not bad?
No, it just keeps on. You have 11 players, so until 10 gets up.
Oh, that's right. They'll take 10 batting.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
So
That's right.
until you're 10 down, you know, the last one. But you can't run with just one. So your team is
Opening delivery of the over right up in the block hole. A yorked delivery right up at the toes of the batsman. Nice little deflection for a single.
yes.
So 3 overs in, 18 for no wicket. Oh, a swing and a miss. Tempting sinner outside the off stump. Jota, a nice little bit of swing. So Vinod, after the couple of boundaries, is up to 12 runs off 14 balls already. Oh, that's a high delivery. The umpire has awarded a no ball. So you'll see the umpire put his arm out to the right. That's a first ball warning. So no ball, a high delivery above the shoulder, dangerous play. So a no ball, little bit of a replay, nothing sinister in it. I think just a little bit of a misalignment on the release of the ball.
Where is she?
A nice strike square of the wicket. And that's 2 run in comfortably. The fielders getting that ball relay thrown back in towards the bowler. So there we are, nice square side cut shot. So a lateral bat shot is known as a cut shot. And well cleaned up there from the inner circle fielders. So at 3.2 overs, we're up to 22 for no wicket lost. We just missed a score there from the no ball earlier, and that additional single coming through. So we're now 24 for no loss off 3.4 overs. And of course, you can follow these scores live should you. Another no ball, so that's the second no ball for this over. So it's going to be a long one. Remember, with a no ball, there is a penalty run as well as the bowler needing to take a second delivery. So another opportunity for the batsman to score a run. So up to 25 for no wicket and still 3.4 overs.
Enjoy your evening. We are going to go strawberry picking with the family.
So Surab Sinha facing the bowler, 8 runs off 9 balls. Obviously Vinod had taken most of the strike. A little bit of an opportunity and a swing and a miss. Good shorter length delivery, tempting the batsman to chase the ball as it rised up over the stumps. Didn't take a hit at that ball, so straight through to the wicketkeeper. A swing and a miss. That was a good recovery based on a couple of no balls there. Ooh, another no ball. Having a little bit of trouble with the run-up length. Just checking in there with umpire Patterson on just how far over the popping crease he may have been. So another no ball, this time for overstepping the popping crease. The bowler must have part of their foot behind the front line in front of the stumps. The bowling crease. Jota coming in. The feeling like this over is lasting a long, long time. It's a wide delivery. It's a square delivery. It's a great catch in the outfield. Great catch in the outfield. Just awaiting confirmation from the umpire. Oh, taken very, very well down on the long boundary. So we've got our first wicket of the match, and just getting a confirmation here. Yes, just getting confirmation here of our next batsman up. So it's 27 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. And that's the completion of over 4. Did seem like a long over there with those few extra deliveries. We had 2, 3, we had quite a number of no balls actually. 1, 2, 3, 4 no balls. So it took quite some time. And not sure we had a batsman change, whether that was a no ball. We did, yes. We'll get confirmation here from the scorer in a moment. But moving on to a new over. And a new bowler coming to the crease, so we have a limited number of overs per bowler in this format of the game. So 4 bowlers are allowed a maximum of 3 overs each. 1 bowler is allowed a 4 over each. Oh, that's a nice brisk delivery. Just on the leg side, glanced away through mid-wicket. And Lucky back in the action, throwing that ball back in. It's a nice 2-run start to the over. So 29 for none. So we had no batsman change.
I'm not sure if we did either. I'm Jane. Seems like. You too. You too.
The last time we were out here,
You too.
I knocked over the wicket.
Their initial, the very first time. Yeah. That day, maybe. There were quite a few people.
Okay, so just got confirmation from the scorer. We did not have a wicket loss because that was a free hit off the additional no ball, which is a new rule allowance in the 100 ball game. So we still have our 2 opening batsmen at the crease, Surab Sena and Vinit. So apologies to our viewers there, keeping up with the... So we are back at 30 runs for no wickets lost. Ooh, straying down the leg side. You'll see the umpire is given a wide for that delivery. So that's another penalty run. That's a wide delivery. So we have Ankit bowling. Another no ball, sorry. We have Ankit bowling. He's looking at his foot markings. Umpire Patterson very strict on the foot over the line. It's very important to get the run-up correct. The faster bowlers have a little bit more of a run-up, and some of that timing and spacing between their paces, if that gets out, can really struggle. So we're still at 4.2 overs, and that's a wide call from umpire Patterson. You could see the batsman really stretching out on that offside, trying to reach and play at that ball square of the wicket. Very, very wide. So quite a few extras already in this over. So we've had first ball 2 runs, and then no ball, now a wide. We're still at 4.2.
Anyway, she was there and just spoke on how giving of the people, after that shooting,
Ooh, that's another no ball. A lot of extras getting piled up in this over. And for every no ball that comes through, that's an additional run for the batting team.
I
think I have a video of that. I took a video of that.
We tried.
Man, the grass looks great.
Yeah, yeah. Put an irrigation system in last year.
Oh no, that's okay.
So while the Royals are batting, we're going to have somebody from the team come over and join us. Hardy is come to join us. Hardy's number 45, and he's going to join us here and have a little bit of a chat. So he can share a little bit with us about some of his teammates in the Royals and the Salem Cricket Club, and maybe shed some light on some of the batting he's seen so far, especially Vinnett with a couple of big fours. Hardy, welcome to the commentary position.
Thank you.
And so we've seen quite a number of extras in this over, just a little bit of issue with the run-up from Ankit from the Avengers. So he's shortened his run a little bit.
I don't want to sit
and got a wide. So he's getting a little bit dazed here with a changed run-up and just a few of the penalty shots. So we're still here 4.2 overs. We haven't progressed. Every penalty ball that's bowled, either a no ball or a wide, the bowler has to retake.
Yeah, I think it looked like he is struggling in the middle there.
Oh, that's a nice little hit over the top from Surab, and that's a single.
I think short run-up will help him somehow to find the rhythm.
And Hardy, tell us a little bit about your place in the batting order here, just as Ankit comes in for another delivery. Oh, that's a good response.
I mostly bat lower, middle lower order in the position. So I'm mostly bowler.
Yep, so right now, because we have no wickets lost, it may be a little while, if at all, that you get into the centre.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was a great response there from Ankit. A nice brisk delivery just outside the off stump, rising nicely, just a little bit short of a length through to the wicketkeeper. So when we say short of a length, we're kind of looking at 6, 8, 10 yards from the batsman. These are kind of the spacings that the faster bowlers will try and aim the ball. A little bit different to baseball. The ball has a characteristic through the air. There's a full delivery right towards the mid-shin on the pads, scooped up just to the leg side over that 30-yard circle for a single.
I think they both are going very well at this point of time. They are maintaining over 100 of strike rate, I guess.
Yeah, the extras have certainly helped. So the umpire just holding the bowler while the field's getting ready, trying an around the wicket delivery, and that's down the leg side for a wide. Ankit's having a hard day of it today in this over, unfortunately. But as a Royal, that's probably okay for you, right?
Oh, yeah, that's good for us. I mean, that's extra sticking the scoreboard, so we welcome that.
Yeah, so we have 36, 30, oh, there we go. And that's chipped over. Yes, chipped over. It's a great catch. Number 7, Malik, takes that just at the fielding circle. And we've lost power.
We lost yeah, I don't have it. Yeah, I have
sorry, we had a bit of an audio glitch there. We're back. Okay, and so that's the first wicket. We had Surab caught by Malik, number 7, bowled Ankit. So even after a tough over with a number of no balls and wides, was able to put that ball right out there to fish a little scoop shot to the square of the square position for a catch there from Malik, just inside the circle. So that's our first wicket lost, 37 runs for 1. Now on our last ball for the over, and it's a no run. So we had a clean finish to the over. Over finally comes to an end. We are now 37 runs for 1 wicket. That's the end of the 5th over.
I think too many. Extras and then too many no balls, wide balls disturb the concentration of the batsman, and then that's the because of the disturbance in the temperament, I guess he played the loose shot.
Yeah, so the Surab ended up with 12 runs from 18 balls, a pretty good contribution supporting Vinit with a couple of big 4s early. So now at the crease, we have Rahul just taking his mark. You note he's marking a spot on the crease. The umpire has guided him towards with maybe where the center or the leg stump is. So he'll take guard in front of the stumps. So with 5 overs down with this shortened 100-ball game, Hardy, we are now at only 11.4 overs to go.
Yeah, and then now they can, I think, spread their field. So before 5 over, you can put only 2 fielders outside the circle, 30-yard circle. Now you can put 4 fielders. So more gaps are there inside 30-yard circle.
Okay, so we have a medium pace around the wicket. Seshu, the captain. That ball just skidding outside off stump, driven through the covers for a single. A quick scamper through. Yeah, so that 5 overs. So next time we have an opportunity for a wider shot, we'll see a little bit more room. But of course, we might have to see the batsman running a little harder. Maybe close the space up for 4s. The fielders will be able to chase them down. Sheshu in again. That's just short of a length, and that's pulled across the body, down to deep, long on. So that's down towards the boundary, over the inner circle, 1 bounce to the fielder. That's a comfortable single. Seshu a little bit disappointed there, knows that he bowled that one a bit short.
Right.
And it definitely sat up there for the hitting through the leg side.
I think he should have tried to catch the ball, but he didn't, so.
So 5.2 overs, 39 for 1. Seshu in again, head of steam, nice and wide on the crease. Okay, and so his around the wicket tactics there, really trying to have the batsman chase the ball outside the off stump, starting to bait him a little bit. The ball got by, wicketkeeper got that one intact, but a miss hit there. So just trying to change that line a little bit for the batsman. A little bit of breeze too, kicking up, gusting to 14, 15 miles an hour from left to right, as you see on the picture. There's a big appeal, a big appeal. I'm not sure about you, Hardy. I think that was fairly ambitious, that appeal.
I think so. I didn't hear anything, any sound of edge or anything.
So the batsman really appealing there to the umpire for a caught behind to the wicketkeeper. So the batsman had a play, Rahul had a play at the ball. Here it is again, just in a replay for you. Sheshu coming in wide, the batsman having a play at the ball. Clearly daylight. Next ball through. Ooh, Sheshu using this round the wicket angle really effectively into the breeze. Another similar delivery. Rahul knew at the crease, maybe not eyeing the ball up as well. Still getting his eye in, so really watching that ball come up off the pitch, really trying to judge his line. Sheshu, 2 dot balls in a row, 2 tempting. Oh, a similar delivery, a little bit wider. Rahul's had to go for this. Oh, and it's over the fielder's head. So they're going to run 2. Are they going to get back for a 3rd? Oh, not quite. They're going to take 2, a comfortable 2, rather than pushing for the 3. Maybe they got away with an extra life.
I think so, yeah. That was a loose shot from Rahul.
So
But he's settling in, so probably if he stays there for a while, he can hit the ball really hard.
So here it is again, just the conclusion of that 5th over, just over the head of the fielder there. I just missed the number. But cleaned up well, good outfield team fielding, good covering. So we're going to have a new bowler at the crease. We've got number 7. Malik is back. So he's going to judge his line. You'll see pacing out. We had a little bit of issue earlier with some no balls. The bowlers judging their line. So umpire Patterson has been fairly firm on that, but making sure that there's no disadvantage to the batsman and that the ball is delivered from a consistent length. Batsman having a good look around. We've got Rahul back at the strike. Just warming those hands up. Beautiful day here. About 78 degrees. Nice clear blue sky. So 6 overs completed. More than a third of the match. So 41 for 1. Lucky, based on only 1 loss of wicket, what do you think would be a good target here, just a little bit over a third into the match?
I think 130, 140 would be a good target.
Oh, a nice little defensive shot. Bounced between the legs, just a little bit to square. They sneak away for a single. 42 for 1, 6.1 overs. Yeah, so around 140?
Yeah, I think 140 would be a very competitive target, as outfield is not very fast. You have to hit in the air to score a run.
Yep, Malik, delivery number 2 outside the off stump. It's chopped over the slips. So we've had a little bit of a slash outside, a square cut. It's bounced over the first slipper. That's the fielder outside the wicket keeper. Managed to get away for a single. I'm sure the slip cordon would be a little bit upset with that. Looks like they're going to get maybe more to a deeper slip or a very short, what do we have, inside the circle? Outside the circle. Yes. So got away with a single there. You'll see a little bit more cavalier play now that the field's spread out a little bit. Whoa, that's a very wild delivery. And yes, umpire Patterson calling that a wide. Malik will be disappointed. He put together a couple of good deliveries. Right. And then we've got a wide there. So we're still, remember, that's he's going to have to re-bowl that. So there's an extra run to the batting team for free, plus an extra delivery to maybe score from.
Exactly.
A little bit of drift in the air you can see from that cross breeze. Well chipped away through that square leg area. Okay, no fielders out there, so our inner circle fielder is running out. And you may notice there's a third Royal out there at square leg, so they're standing in as a secondary umpire. Typically in the square leg area, we say square leg, it's behind the legs of the batsman square to the wicket. And that's a pretty low risk place in terms of shot play. Also allows the umpire to see the batsman in relation to the crease and the wickets from a lateral angle. Malik in again. Oh, excellent cover drive. So nice front foot play. Brought the front foot right up to the pitch of the ball. Kept the ball low. Very difficult to catch. In the air long enough to get just through that inner ring and then fielded nicely out in the cover area. So you did mention, Hardy, the grass is a little longer than normal. We had a lot of rain here last month. Right. And so we had a lot of grass come through. Malik again, just mistimed that a little bit off the bottom of the blade. Will they, won't they? Ooh. So Vinay keen to get some strike. Rahul keen to get his strike back and maybe called the run. Typically it's customary for the runner to call the run when the ball is played behind the batsman. So was interested in going for one there. Oh, that's a wider delivery from Malik. He's been a bit tight and a bit loose, so that's a wide again from umpire Patterson. So we have that ball played again. This over stretching out a little bit now as well. Still 6.5, 49 runs for 1 wicket lost. So that 140 is looking good after a couple of these overs.
Yeah, I think 140 would be a very good target in this ground.
Oh,
good
there
shot.
you go. Is it going to
It's
clear?
a
Is it going to clear? And
yes.
it's cleared the outer fence. It's
That's a
cleared
great
it on the full. It's cleared it on the full. And that's 6, umpire Patterson. So we've had that ball just short of a length. And we had Vinit step forward right to the pitch of the ball. Here we go, slow motion replay. Malik just short of a length, stepping forward a little wide, off towards the toe of the bat, but able to get that over long off. Cleared the outer boundary for 6. Great strike. So Vinit now up to a runner ball, 22 runs, 2 fours, 1 6. The Royals now at 55 runs for only 1 wicket lost, and we've had 7 overs. Oh, that was an exciting end of the over.
Right. That was a great shot.
It was.
Yeah.
And he's had a pretty good spring so far.
Decent, I would say.
Yep.
Decent spring season so far. He's like on and off in previous games, so hopefully he's coming good in this game. So
Yeah, there we
he's
go.
good.
Just that replay. I think if he had it again, he might have stepped out towards the pitch of the ball a little bit more. It might have gone over into the neighbourhood.
Maybe,
Instead
yeah.
of the toe of the bat.
Exactly. I mean, a little bit more force, and then it could have gone maybe in this neighborhood there.
So a little bit of a conference here in the centre. I think the Avengers are going to mix up maybe the bowling and the fielding approach. So we'll see who comes out now to bowl. I think Sheshu's coming back. He liked the around the wicket option before, and he really did put the boys under pressure there.
Yeah,
So
he's getting very good angle from around the wicket.
Absolutely. So we'll see how the field changes now, because we're at 7th over, so we dropped the power play first 5 over restrictions already. I think they're going to get a little bit creative with trying to chop some of these cover options on the offside. So we have Malik there in the inner ring. We have almost a point position for it over inside the fielding ring. We've got a very, very deep slip, actually technically outside or outside.
It's still inside.
Still inside,
Yeah.
just. Looking for that chop shot over.
Exactly.
Over. So a little breezy here, gusting through, so if you can pick that up in our microphones, we apologise. But here we go again, Sheshu. Around the wicket, worked well for him in his first over. A little bit slower there, a little bit shorter. Oh, a lot of patience there. Well played from Vinit. Rocked back, rocked back on his leg side, pivoted, a nice square, cross bat shot across the leg side. There we go. Nice and balanced. He wasn't even tempted to run there, but
No,
you know,
yeah.
with the long grass, you never know. But that made it all the way out to that leg side boundary for 4 runs.
Very good timing.
Excellent timing. So 59 for 1, 7.1 over. Sheshu will be disappointed with that. He had a very tidy first over. Here he comes again. A fuller delivery. Makes it to the batsman on the fly. Picked off nicely, just to leg side by the bowler, down to long on for a single. So hopefully we'll see a bit of strike rotation here. Both batsmen seem to be played in quite well. Even though Rahul's only been there for less than half the balls, that boundary really got him going. Sheshu. Oh,
I think they're changing the gears here.
so Rahul, a nice shot there just to the leg side. I think Sheshu might want to get that ball just a little bit further to the offside to really tempt the batsman out wide. Rahul and Vin are both playing well off the pads at the moment, seeing the ball well on the leg side.
Oh, what a
Oh,
shot.
that's a very, very short ball. Sits up nicely, and that's 1 or 2 rolls into the fence. Sheshu will be disappointed there. So it lost a lot of speed and sat up off the wicket, and that gave that extra bit of time. That extra bit of time for Rahul to really hoik that one over. There he is again, just doing really well, pivoting off that leg side. So we now have 65 runs. 1 wicket loss, 7.4 overs. So now we start to think we're getting right into the middle of the innings.
Right.
Still have 9 wickets in hand. So maybe these two can start throwing caution to the wind a little bit.
That's what I feel. They are changing the gears and then they are started hitting 6 and 4. So
Oh, that's a much better delivery from Sheshu. Much better. Really tight to the off stump, so much better line. And pitched up a little bit fuller, so it skidded through a bit more. Didn't quite sit up. It really accelerated through to the keeper.
very good comeback.
It was. He needs to settle that a little bit. I think his teammates would be grateful for that.
Yeah. Oh, what a shot. But there's a chance of catch there.
Oh, unlucky. Well, I think fortune's with the Royals today. We've had a couple of just missed field opportunities. But that was a much better delivery, much fuller, tempted the batsman outside the off stump, really got the air into the ball, and here we go. You can see just a little bit less control there, really swinging at the ball. And here comes Rajesh. Unlucky. Maybe just lost it in the wind a little bit. We felt a bit of a gust come through there too.
Yeah, and then ball went really high. So
very high. So at the conclusion of 8 overs, we've got Malik back. We're 67 for 1. So Rahul now 19 and Vinit 23. So these two have put a very good partnership together.
I think they're trying to accelerate the strike rate from here.
Absolutely. I think in the first half of this innings, the Avengers would be disappointed. They had about maybe 10 extras between
Maybe
wides
more.
and no balls.
Maybe more.
Yes. So that's 10 free runs plus 10 extra shots, right?
Right, exactly. So that always adds up to the scoreboard.
So around the wicket, changing from medium pace maybe to a bit of spin bowling, popped up and over the bowler for a nice single. So just pushing it straight down the wicket. They found a few gaps there. So Rahul. That's very wide outside the off stump. Had a bit of a slog sweep at it. Ooh. So no runs there. Lucky to get away with it again. Just mistiming a little bit, but a much better delivery, tempting him to have a go.
I think Rahul is deceived with the flight. And that's 6.
That is very good timing. So you'll see Malik's come in to try some off spin. So a little bit slower bowling, a little bit more flight in the air. But with these two guys batting, they have their eyes in. They're seeing the ball like it's a watermelon right now. So Vinit gets a 6 over the leg, the long on boundary over leg side. There we go, a little bit of a replay. Well cleared. A good 5, 6, maybe even 8 yards. Here we go, Malik again. Oh. Bowled that one a little quicker. It was flatter through the air. Attempted another sweep. Just scooted around. Did the umpire call a bye, or was that a run from the bat?
I think he called it bye.
So a bye is another chance for runs for the batting team. Doesn't get marked to a batsman, but it is a run that's taken, and that's lollipopped off the back of the bat. Straight up. Nice take from Malik on the follow through from his bowling. Oh, after the hitting we've seen, I think very disappointed.
Soft dismissal.
Yeah, very soft dismissal. So it's a wicket. So we have Rahul gone, caught and bowled Malik. 20 though of 15 balls, so 2 4s in there. Good contribution, really accelerated the run rate. Really accelerated the run rate, so that was good. So he should be reasonably happy with that. I think he'll be disappointed with the way he got out, Hardy.
Yeah, I mean, that was very soft dismissal, very loose shot from him. He could have watched the ball and then placed it maybe in the sleep cordon.
So
And then anyway, Beneath is hitting the ball really good, so maybe he could have given the strike to Bennett.
Yeah, so that 6 really got Vinit back over a run of ball now. So his strike rate is over 100. And when we say strike rate over 100, we mean more than 1 run per ball faced.
Right.
So in this format of the game where we only have 100 balls to score from, we really want to maximise those scoring opportunities. A high strike rate for a limited number of deliveries faced is better than staying out there the whole game because you have such a short innings.
Exactly.
So new batsman at the crease wearing the 0-0 shirt from the Royals. So we have 76 runs for 2 wickets now, 8.5 overs in. And our new batsman faces on the first delivery. Okay, just middled that one over to the leg side. No run. And that's the completion of the over from Malik. So Pramod is our new batsman. Saw that over out from Malik. So a wicket over, 76 runs for 2 wickets lost, 9 overs. So we have 7.4 overs left now. It's really time for the team to look at lashing out and scoring as much as possible with 8 wickets in hand.
Yeah. I think from here, if we can score another 60-70 runs, I think we'll be in a great position.
So, and what number are you listed at today, Hardy? 9?
I think I'll be going 7 or 8.
7 or 8. So, looks like we have 2 of the next batsmen ready to go. So, Dikshant, as captain, has maybe given the orders to go out and really swing at any loose ball. It's going to be important for the bowlers here to keep the bowling tight to the wicket, of a good length. Anything that's either wide to the offside, so out wide of the stumps for a square shot, or just to the leg side is something, or just short of a length, so it slows and sits up off the pitch, are going to be things that the batsmen are looking for to really swing hard at and punish. So number 2 is our new bowler, KGS. Ooh, KGS coming through, good flight in the delivery, skidded up very close to the batsman. Kind of a chop shot there, actually, from Vinit. Got away with a run, 77 for 2, 9.1 overs. KGS doing that around the wicket approach. Right-handed, doing a spin bowling technique. You'll see a lot of drift and flight, using fingers and wrist to spin the ball. So really ripping that ball during the release. Ooh, more of a wrist spinner.
Right, yeah.
So what that means is we're seeing that rather than using fingers to clockwise rotate the ball, we have the ball tucked very deep into the hand and we use the wrist to counterclockwise rotate the ball. The ball will pitch at leg side and then spin away from a right-handed batsman. So it can be tricky to play wrist spin. So you can see the adjustment already. We've had some off-spin bowling, some medium pace bowling. The batsman, a little while to adjust, but see the ball's really getting spun away from the batsman, tempting them to have a square chop shot at that ball. The wicketkeeper right up close to the stumps, putting a lot of pressure on the batsman. Just intimidation for space. Also knowing that if that batsman, you'll see, we have Pramod, he's fairly new at the crease, but you see he's stretching out to play that ball. If the wicketkeeper takes the ball and the batsman's foot is out of the crease, he can stump that batsman out. So he can break that wicket if the batsman's short of his crease, even during the stroke play.
I think Saurav went in with some messes.
So that was a brisk over.
Yeah, that was a very good over from KGS. I think he just gave 1 run.
Yeah, so having a look there, we missed that delivery. apologies, but we did get a long shot played and a run scored. But that last over from KGS, he went through 6 deliveries, only the 1 run, very fast. We're now 10.1 overs. Oh, there's another mullock now. Going in, shorter delivery. You'll see the wicketkeeper is standing up again to the new batsman, Pramod, putting him under pressure.
77.
A little bit short, sat up nicely outside the off stump, and the player has, Pramod's pulled that across his body towards the square leg area. They'll take an easy single. 77. Avengers player having to come up from the boundary to field that one, running towards the ball. Mullock again, 3rd ball of the over. That is a great front foot sweep shot, and I think that's cleared the fence. So excellent timing there. Didn't seem to put a lot of heft and effort into that. Really nice timing right off the center of the bat. So that's a good way to get back in the runs after that tight over last over.
Yeah.
And here we go. Vinit obviously has his eye in, has faced Mullock in previous overs. Watching that ball come out of the hand. Nice step forward. Just to the leg side, and we see long on that deep side leg fielder just over their head, over the cones, cleared the boundary for 6 runs. So,
and we missed one ball.
Sorry,
actually.
We missed a ball. There you go. It's all happening very quickly in a 100 over game, especially with the spinners. That's worked nicely to the offside for an inner circle single. It's kind of a mid-off position there from Sheshu, staying close to the bowler, keeping an eye on the field. Yeah, so the spin bowlers coming in here also decreases the time between deliveries, so we can really squeeze a lot of overs in. The run-ups are very, very short.
Some disturbance there. Oh.
So can KGS put the brakes on the run rate again? We'll see after that last over. Vinay is now up to 39 of 31 balls. His strike rate's 125. So 5 runs for every 4 balls faced. So it's 87 runs for 2 wickets. We've had 11 overs. So we just missed those last 2 singles. The scoreboard will be brought up to pace now. That's 11.1 overs. And that's another single there for Pramod. That's 88 for 2, 11.1 overs. So KGS, 5 deliveries to go on this 12th over. A little bit wide, and that's chopped away square, just backward of point. And they've got 2 pretty comfortable runs there. So Vinay up to 41 with those 2, 90 runs for 2. Oh, stepped across, he's baiting KGS. Maybe throwing his run up as he brings in the delivery. Doesn't quite middle it. They'll take 1 single through to the mid-wicket area, just on the leg side in the inner ring of the field. So, Vinay now 42, nearing that 50. Oh, nice little glance to the offside. Square shot, not quite a full cut. That's another single for Pramod. He's up to 4, playing a supporting role. KGS coming through. Oh, a swing and a chop over the keeper's head.
Good running, good call, guys, good call. Look for the overthrow.
So KGS getting through the balls, but he's leaked a few more runs this over. So that's 11.5 overs. Vinay onto 43 with that last single. Pramod now at the strike. That's a short one, thumped through the offside, straight past Sheshu. Oh, great throw, great fielding, well cleaned up from the outfield. And a good solid throw in over the bails. So limited that to 1. And KGS closes out that over. So deep extra cover. 94, 2 wickets lost, 12 overs, 4.4 overs to go. Getting around that 140 total would be 10 runs and over from here. So really important to push those singles, run them hard, and try and dissect the field. Let's get 1 or 2 boundaries, get it out to the fence or the outer ring for 4. And hey, if those balls are short and they sit up off the pitch looking for a 6.
Yeah.
So we'll just take another look at that last ball. KGS was a little short on that one and thumped through the covers just past Sheshu. So here we go. I think change a bowler, bringing Ankit back into the attack. So 94 for 2, 12 overs complete, 4.4 to go. Umpire Patterson doing a great job as a fill-in, our Cricket New Zealand registered umpire. So more wrist spin. You'll see out the back of the hand a lot of flight. Pramod gets well to the pitch of the ball, pushes that one through the cover area for a single. So we've got Vinit back on strike. Really having a good look around to the field now, trying to look for those gaps. Has his eye in. Ooh, a little bit of a change of pace there, but it's called a wide by umpire Patterson. So just going for that extra bit of speed, just lost a bit of control there, drifted down the leg side.
Right.
There we go, a little bit more flight and drift in the ball, and that's deceived. Square leg umpire is having a look. So we had a stumping attempt. Did Vinit hold his ground in the crease?
I think he's okay.
Before the, ooh, okay, so.
I think he's okay.
He's okay. So the wicketkeeper there going for a stumping attempt. So chased the ball out. Tough for us to see from this angle, but chased the ball out. Maybe still had his back foot in, which seems to be the case. So the stumping. The stumping attempt unsuccessful. We missed a ball there just on the replay. And that's nice defensive stroke, just pushed through the cover area for a single. So 97 for 2, 12.4 overs. Vinit's crept up to 44 off 37 balls. Pramod back on strike, clubs it through extra cover. Sheshu chasing it down. Are they going for a second? Ooh, a little bit of confusion there. Pramod really wanted to turn and run hard for that second. Vinit happy to take the strike. If they push their singles and hit the rope a few times, leaves that one. That's called a wide. Very well read by Vinit. So extra delivery there for the wide and an extra run. That extra run, let's make it 2. Oh, a little bit of confusion. Oh, a misfield. A little bit of confusion between these two on the running signals between wickets.
I think there was a chance.
There was definitely a chance there for the fielding team. There was good pressure placed on them from a good outfield throw. So Vinit snuck his 2 in there, so he's up to 46. And that's the completion of the 13th over. So 101 for 2. We passed the 100. A nice little milestone for the batsman. This has been another good partnership building. Of course, Vinit anchoring this one also.
Right. I think that strategy should be giving Vinit most of that strike. And then if he can clear the ball out, then we can score more.
So just a replay, we just on this last ball, came through quickly. A little short, a little wide. Happy to lollipop it over. Here we go. Turning hard, Vinit, and then, he did accelerate through in that second half of the run, so thankfully. Here we go. KGS back, ripping that wrist spin. Oh, that's well short, and that's a great square shot clubbed right down the ground for 6 runs. This is what the team will be very, very pleased with. Wow, Pramod, we were saying before maybe he didn't have his eye in as well, but that was a great shot.
That was a very brisk shot.
So KGS was very tight in his first over. Second one got a little looser. He'll be disappointed with that. It's very important to keep that line and length really tight. Anything loose, these guys are clubbing left, right, and down the ground. Well, so
some disturbance there.
Okay, so that's dead ball by umpire Patterson. We'll retake that one. That does not count either as a penalty ball or a delivery. Some interference with the line of sight with the batsman. So it's like we've restarted the clock on that one. Here we go again. That's out the back of the hand. And, and it's a 6. It cleared all the way. It hit almost the side of the blade, went very, very high. Very, very high, and that has cleared the square leg boundary. So 19 Pramod's jumped up to with the last two shots. So anything short, anything wide, anything loose, he's having a swing at. So 19 runs off 16 balls, 118 strike rate. Vinit 46 off 38 balls. He'll be wanting a chance to get on strike here, Hardy, pretty soon, so he can maybe chase that 50, a nice milestone score. That's a much better length from KGS. Good stepping forward to the pitch of the ball to try and smother that spin. Just turned it around the legs a little bit, sneak through for a single. So with that single, that'll bring us up to 114 for 2, 13.3 overs. KGS comes in again. It's loose, it's full. A little bit of a strike. Very, very tight to the wicket, just around the wicket keeper. Another single. That one behind the stumps. 115 for 2. They'll be happy just to nudge along. Vinit 47. Pramod back on strike. Oh, good patience. Watched that ball come off the pitch. Held his footing. Opened the blade just a little, halfway between a straight shot and a square shot, just into the covers. Taking a single. They got their 6 for the over, so they're just going to be looking at those ones, pushing them around with the field out.
Very sensible batting.
KGS in again. That one's short. Gets underneath it. Oh, it's 6. Wow. That's another case of very good timing. So that's Vinit. That's his 50. That's his 50. So 53 runs off 40 balls, 132 strike rate. Excellent contribution. He's anchored down a couple of partnerships here in the center of in the middle of the innings, right square down the ground. Couldn't be any straighter. So just hit that in the middle.
Okay. Yeah, he's letting
okay, so a good show of sportsmanship here from Vinit. He's actually retiring, so he is going to step away from the crease on a not-out score, and we're going to have a new batsman come in. So he's done his job for the team, an excellent 50 in a striking pace, more than a run per ball, and with the loss of only 2 wickets, he's going to step away. We've had 14 overs complete, so we've got 2.4 overs to go, and so we're looking at 16 deliveries.
Right.
So we've got 122 for 2. That 140-ish is still in sight.
Yeah, I think so. I think we can score even more, maybe 150s if we can keep this momentum the way they are batting.
So another nice thing to see here actually is we're getting quite a crowd coming in to watch the game. We've got a few people here from the city of Salem, of course, family members and supporters from each team. And beautiful afternoon. The breeze has maybe picked up a little bit, just a bit more of a gust here and there, which is typical in this area at this time of year. We get a little bit stronger winds later in the afternoon. Umpire Patterson just holding the field. Here we go. So Lucky's back to close out this innings. That's a fuller delivery. Gets right to the pitch of the ball. Pramod with his eye in, of course. Hits that one right down the offside. A long off drive on the front foot. Just skids short of the player, and we've got another boundary. So he's up to 25 off 19. So a lot of his runs coming from long shots. There we go. So that one was tough to even get around for the fielders in terms of catching. Never really got a lot of loft. Just middled in the center of the bat. Yeah, we have a few people there enjoying the afternoon, watching the cricket. Beautiful day. Here comes Lucky. Next delivery. A little bit fuller length, a little bit tighter off stump. So we have a glance shot played just behind square. So we're still on that offside or that open side. When that ball gets pitched up a little bit fuller length and a little bit closer to the stump, for a batsman that has their eye in, it's a good option just to glance that ball anywhere kind of on a clock face between 9 and 12. Lucky comes in again, much better delivery, a good length, right on line with the stumps. Okay, so that's a dot ball, no runs scored from that ball, and that's been kind of a rarity. So 127 for 2, 14.3 overs. Lucky in again. Nice delivery, right in on the off stump, a good length. Didn't leave the batsman a lot of room to move forward or back. Just plays a defensive stroke through the offside. So Sal still faced 2 balls, still not off the mark. Lucky in again, 14.4. That's a fuller delivery, body glance. They'll take a bye, I believe. A leg bye. You'll see umpire Patterson tapping his leg. So that means the bat did not connect with the ball. It hit the body of the batsman, but the player still took a run, advantageous field position. So still a run goes to the total, doesn't get assigned to either of the batsmen. So along with those wides and no balls in the extras category, Lucky in again. That's a much better length. Fuller has a swipe, still dissecting the fieldsman. They'll get 2 for that. It was in the air a long, long time. So Pramod, another 2, 28 runs off 21 balls. So that's the conclusion of the 15th over. So we have 10 balls to go. Hardy, thanks for joining us. He's getting prepared with his team.
Thank you.
So 10 balls to go. So Hardy's vacated the seat, and next to me I have Trevini, who's joining us. She's going to help us talk through the closing 10 balls. So we're here at 130 runs, 2 wickets lost. We've had 15 overs down, and we've seen a couple of pretty good batting performances today. We had Vinit retire once he hit his 50. Here we go, Sheshu coming in around the wicket, teasing the batsman outside off. So welcome.
Thank you.
And why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you're involved with cricket?
Sure, yeah. I played back in India when I was... Let's just wait for this ball.
Yeah, Seshu coming in around the wicket, a slower ball up towards the pads. Oh, and it's given out. Oh, given out. That happened very, very quickly. Seshu, slower ball in towards the pads, pushed through the leg side. And we're going to see a replay in a minute. Seshu pushed through the offside. A quick run. They were committed. Mid-wicket fielder Seshu placed himself very, very well behind the stumps, his hands right in front of the bails, saved a lot of time with a direct throw into his hands, clipped the bails, the batsman short of a length. So we have a wicket. That is Sahil out, run out by Siva, the fielder, throwing to Seshu, stumping. No runs off 5 balls. So that was a tough job to come in late in the innings and really try and push for those last few runs in the last 10 balls.
Right. Do you think that was a single there? It was like...
I would have said maybe.
Yeah.
That was a great throw, though.
Yeah.
A great throw from Siva.
That's true.
So you've been playing cricket for a long time growing up?
Yeah, I started playing cricket when I was like 10 years old. Played in India.
Seshu coming in around the wicket. It's worked well for him. Plans through the offside, trying to push for a single with Ashok. No run. And how long have you been in the United States?
5 years now.
It goes quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And were you surprised at the cricket scene? Is it something that you've seen grow a lot even in those 5 years while you've been here? Seshu coming in around the wicket. Tempts. Nice line just outside off.
No, I mean, yeah, it's very interesting to see the amount of cricket that has been evolved over here and the interest for the game in general.
The Oregon Cricket League certainly has grown in the last 5 years. Salem Club 2016 edition. Seshu around again, a little bit more breeze. He's getting a lower flight with a fuller delivery, so we're not seeing it skid up so much. He's got a much better length. And just keeping it outside off stump, really tempting Ashok, who, of course, fairly new at the crease, doesn't have his eye in yet, finding it hard to judge where that delivery is going to go and how it's going to come off the pitch. Seshu again. So he's decided to have a go and step across the stumps into the ball, and it's lofted. It's lofted, and it's gone down to the leg side. Deep, long on, has come in and taken a smashing catch, just trying to... Caught by Ankit. Bowled Seshu. So Ashok, 4 balls, no runs, another duck. So we've had some great scores in the first half of the innings. We had a couple of ducks chasing big hits.
Right. There was a slight fumble there, but he did manage to grab it.
It looked close there for a minute.
Yeah.
So the Avengers were unlucky in the first 5 overs when the players had the fielding restrictions in place. There were a couple of unlucky miscatches and misfields, and really in the second part of the innings it's improved a lot, although it's tough when some of the runs scored were 6s and 4s before really splitting the field apart. But Seshu will be happy with that. I know he's put in extra shift here on this bowling to close out the innings.
Yeah, he's bowling really good balls. It's good for the end of the overs right now, where the batsmen are trying to just hit and get lucky here.
So umpire Patterson allowing the new batsman to get organised here at the crease. So we've had 16 overs, but of course because of the 100-ball format, there's an extra 4, and one of the bowlers is allowed to close out those extra 4 balls. Seshu, I think he feels on a bit of a roll here, and as captain, he's built up some steam. He's going to have a go. So that was a better delivery, fuller length, just outside off stump. Tempted Kuldeep into a little bit of a straight cut glance. He didn't really commit to a shot either way, calling for a caught behind attempt. Seshu again. Now, of course, every run now is golden. That one just chipped over point. So they're going to run hard. They've turned hard for 2 runs, and they'll be pretty happy with that. So a little bit of a score check. We're 132 for 4 wickets, 16.2 overs, 2 balls to go. 140 was, you know, thought by the team to be a good target for today.
Okay.
So I think, you know, they're almost there.
Almost there, yeah.
Try and squeeze out a few more runs here. And you live in the Portland area?
Yeah, I do, yeah. I live in Portland area. I recently started playing cricket again after a long break, so it has been good so far.
Oh, good. And how many women's teams now are in the Oregon Cricket League?
Oh, there's none.
None? Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been playing in just the club environment? With,
yeah, I'm just playing with boys.
Mostly with the boys?
Yeah.
Well, when I grew up in Australia, it was very common to have boys and girls cricket playing together. Same in India too.
Yes, yeah. That was how it was back then. Like I grew up playing with boys. There was never like a dedicated women's team. Like we were like 2-3 girls playing among boys.
Yeah.
It was all cool.
But we are seeing a Hisheshu in, 2 balls to go. And another swipe just outside off stump. A little bit square of the wicket. They sneak through for a single. We are seeing women's cricket becoming more mainstream and professional leagues too popping up around the world, which is exciting.
Yeah, that's true.
So this will be the last ball of the innings. We're at 132 for 4 wickets. 133, 4 wickets lost. Sheshu coming in. The infielder's walking in, a little bit of pressure on the bowler. And it's a dot ball, so no runs scored off the last ball of the innings. So missed scoring opportunity. And that's the close of the Royals innings. So they've set a total of 133, loss of 4 wickets, 16.4 overs, so 100 balls. Remember too that we also have a few extras in there with no balls, wides, etc. But 133. So that means the Avengers here, after a short break, will come out and try and reach 134 runs. They'll need to do that within the 100 balls, and they'll need to do it without losing 10 wickets.
That's right. Yeah, that seems to be a good total though. I think Avengers will be very happy with the way they have contained this team to going over 140.
Yes, some of those middle overs, they really put together some big hits. So
right.
Those last couple of overs really tidying it up.
Yeah.
So, well, thanks for joining us briefly, and we look forward to an exciting run chase.
Yeah.
And we're just moving ahead to the innings break here, so we'll be back after these messages.
Support for tonight's program was provided by Les Schwab Tire Centers, where doing the right thing matters. Experience the Les Schwab difference at your neighborhood Les Schwab Tire Center, or visit us on the web at leschwab.com.
Welcome back to the Salem Cricket Club's presentation of the Royals versus Avengers. And so here after the break in innings, we had the Royals go out and set a target in their 100-ball innings of 133. And we've got the Avengers now in red with their 2 opening batsmen, 99 Lucky and number 7 Malik, chasing down that total. So they're looking for 134 runs off their 100-ball maximum, and they need to do it before they lose 10 wickets. And I've got Kevin Patterson here joining me, who did umpire in the first half, but he'll be here commentating with me and announcing with me through this chasing innings of the Avengers here. So welcome to the broadcast box, Kevin.
Thank you very much. And we are looking at a beautiful afternoon here. The wind is slightly picked up, which will assist with the swing of the delivery from the opening bowler. The Lucky is going to be struggling a little bit. He took a big hit on his leg before when he was fielding. So it'll be interesting to see how he moves around, whether he can get to the deliveries or not.
Yeah, we did see that effect. Him definitely finishing that over that he had the strike above his ankle on with that fielding mishap, and then subsequent movement around the field. So he's a big, strong lad, though, so maybe he won't be doing too much running.
Oh, yes. I think he'll be doing the hitting and letting the ball talk for itself.
Opening delivery coming through, just outside off stump. So we've got medium pace over the wicket for that first ball. And we'll have a score up here shortly for you. So the Avengers chasing 0.1 of an over. We've got Surab in jersey 31 as our medium pacer, coming through now for the second delivery.
Oh, he just let that go through. He thought he might have got a wide from that, but no, the umpire's arms are down.
So we've got a true northerly now. This pitch actually faces pretty much north-south, and so we might see a little bit of the movement of the ball, a little bit of outswing here. So we're going to see the ball move from right to left on your screen, coming through now for the third delivery. That one's a fuller one. Hit through the offside into the cover area. Fielded by Dick Shunt, captain number 7. An easy single. So that's Malik off the mark. So here we go. We'll see how Lucky goes on his feet here. So coming up for the 4th ball of the over here shortly. We've had 3 balls so far. Little bit of outswing there. Fuller delivery, probably a little too full for his liking, but left outside. Watchful eye of Lucky outside off stump. And so we saw this in the first innings. We will see this in cricket generally. Those first few deliveries of the over 1, 2, 3, where the batsman will really watch the swing of the ball, watch it bounce off the pitch. That one's full, just outside off stump as well. Lucky keeping an eye out to it.
So it's quite a slow start here, which is it's maybe of concern. They need 8 runs and over, which is just over a run a ball, about 1 1/3 runs a ball. So they don't, but there's a bit of a strategy here in that they don't want to go hell for leather to start off with, because they don't want to lose wickets.
So another delivery there outside off stump. The umpire calling that one a wide. So remember, we get an extra score, not credited to either batsman, but goes to the total, and the bowler has to take that delivery again. Nice full delivery, right up at the toes of the batsman. You could hear too, maybe not quite middling the bat, didn't really come off with a lot of spring, so just trickled out to the offside. So that closes the over. The Avengers 2 runs, no wickets lost. Picked up 1 run off the bat and 1 extra in that over. A little bit of strike rotation with that single in the middle of the over. So just take another look there at this last delivery. Coming in, a little bit of movement away from the batsman. He chased it on the way down, just towed the ball, didn't quite get in the middle, and hence you saw not a lot of speed off the bat. And Kevin, having been out there in the first innings umpiring, the surface is a little long. We had a lot of rain here a month or so ago, so a little bit conservative with the mowing.
Yep, standard surface you have on a outfield for a cricket ground is 19 millimetres, or about 3/4 of an inch of grass. Now the grass here is closer to 2 inches, which is considerably over what you would have with a standard cricket outfield.
Okay, so change of bowler, still coming over the wicket, right arm bowler. And that's player, so 0-0. We had just the team sheet here a moment ago.
And he's coming in, bowls it short, and he's just dropped it down. He's coming through for a quick single, and he's made it through.
That was quite a fair jump up in pace from the first over.
Yes, he took it about chest level. He had gave him a bit of discomfort getting over that.
Okay, so that's Pramod, who of course had a pretty handy spell with the bat, and he's bowling a bit more medium fast, probably another, and medium pace really is anything from kind of 65 to 85 miles an hour for our viewers. So we've seen at the lower end of that, obviously Pramod's getting up a little bit higher, a little bit faster. You see the ball really skid through rather than sit up off the pitch.
Oh, it's a short delivery. He plays it over square leg. It's running out towards the boundary, but it's holding up. They'll come through for 2 runs.
And so when we say a short delivery, we're really looking at balls maybe 8 to 10 yards out in front of the batsman. And the bowlers are really going to try and do that for two reasons. One is possibly intimidate the bowler, or at least have the bowler play into a certain field position. We really want to get up into a shorter length to pin the batsman closer to the stumps, maybe 5 or 6 yards from the stumps. Here we go. That's a much better delivery, and it's beaten everybody.
We'll wait for the signal there. It's a wide delivery.
It's a wide delivery.
So the ideal thing if you're a bowler is not to bowl it right up to the batsman. When you want to land it so that the batsman, there's two ways the batsmen try to play a ball. They tend to go forward to reduce the amount of movement the ball makes off the pitch before it gets to them, or they go back to give themselves time to see which way the ball is going after it hits the pitch. And it's another wide.
Another wide. So we had 2 runs off the bat early, and then we've had a wide and then a second wide. So we're up to 7 runs for no wickets lost. Still 1.2 overs.
Yes, they did. They scored an extra run. So you get a run for the wide, and you get a run for the run you do as well. It's additional.
Having a little bit of trouble here with the direction, maybe trying to put a little bit too much heat on the ball coming off the crease early in the innings. So it's another wide.
Yeah, certainly getting a lot of movement. It's finding it very hard to control that. He needs to adjust his line, stand more upright on the delivery stride. He's falling away a wee bit, intending to drag it across, which gives them the extra swing. Bowling quite round arm, you get a lot of extra swing across. But obviously it's too much, and that's another wide. And they've run one as well.
So we take it from 9 up to 11, two wides there. And so, Kevin, you mentioned earlier in the innings they needed a tick over 8. That run rate's already fallen under 8 with these extras.
And that's giving the Royals real concern, because every ball they bowl like that, not only is the batting side getting runs, but they're having to bowl that ball again.
So a change to around the wicket to maybe temper some of that, and I think that's thrown his rhythm a bit. And we've got a wide down the leg side, plus 2 run.
So that's a 3-run ball, and he has to bowl it again as well. That's getting to quite a desperate position.
So we're up to 14 runs now, still 1.2 overs, so still 4 fair deliveries to bowl in this over. So a bit of a disappointing start here for Pramod on the bowling stakes. So he's just got to gather himself a little bit, take a breath, just focus on his rhythm and rolling that arm over. Much better delivery.
Oh, that came through a good carry. The keeper's standing quite a way back, so he's got a good bit of pace, this lad.
It's a little bit deceiving from the angle there, but you'll notice from the viewing deck from the cameras, we have our crease, and there's a period after the crease as well. Oh, great chop shot right through the slip area. So just a bit of a glance, open the blade of the bat with that low skidding ball. So they pick up a single there. That distance behind the stumps, you'll see the umpire standing on a finished piece of pitch. So just to give you a viewpoint of distance, that's about another 5 yards behind the stumps, and then the keeper's another 5 from there, would you say, Kevin?
I would say he's standing a good 10 yards back.
Yes.
Maybe 12.
Oh, much better control there from Pramod. Slow down a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I mean, as a keeper, I would typically stand for middle grade cricket around about the 8 to 9 yard mark for an opening bowler. But this is unusual because you don't get a lot of artificial pitches in the cricket playing countries. It's another wide delivery.
He'll be disappointed with that. This over is certainly been a long one. Just to revisit.
So we tend to play on clay wickets, which are basically grass-covered wickets. The bounce isn't as great as you have with an artificial wicket, and so the bounce and the carry is a lot more with this type of pitch.
So nice delivery, a little short. a square bat shot, poked through cover area. Fielded very well. Put the batsman under a bit of pressure, made them think about the run. And that is finally the conclusion of that over. So 17 runs now after 2 overs. So they're a little bit ahead of their target.
Yeah.
And those extras in that last over really gave them a bit of momentum.
It certainly did, because there's not much coming off the bat. You must admit that. The ball is doing a lot out there. It's going a lot. There's a lot of sideways movement, and you get that with the white ball. That first 5 to 6 overs that we saw in the first innings, it's totally critical. You have to get on top of the batting side and use those deliveries to maximum purpose. If you're bowling wide or you're bowling short, you're going to be paying the price for that, and this side is paying the price for that right now.
So the field just getting organised, the batsmen swapping ends. So for our camera position here, we do have a fixed field and the batsmen are swapping ends. Traditionally, the field would move around the batsmen and bowlers would bowl from alternate ends, just so you're getting exposed to different conditions, reverse conditions for wind and sunlight and things like that. So nice bright afternoon here. The sun is high in the sky, so not really an advantage or a disadvantage with the current layout of the field. So here we go, over number 3, first ball. Nice delivery, good medium pace, pitched up well.
Yep, just inside the wide line, good delivery, a good dot ball. And that's the objective of the bowling side now, is to bowl what we call dot deliveries. We call it dotting up the batsman. That puts pressure on the batsman, it stops the score accumulating.
Ooh. Malik had a little bit of a bull rush there. Took a stride or two outside his crease towards the pitch of the ball, swing and a miss.
An attempted stumping by the keeper, who threw the ball at the stumps. He managed to hit them, but Malik had regained his ground in time.
And we did see during the Royals innings an attempted stumping that was fairly close. That was more for a slow bowler with the keeper standing up close. So here Malik had a good run out of the crease, hence the keeper's now crept up a little bit, putting him under a bit of pressure.
Looking for the quick single, but the bowler was onto it straight away.
Much better delivery, Kevin, just kind of pinning the batsman, not knowing whether to step forward to the pitch of the ball or rock back to get a bit more width on the ball. So nice length, the batsman really just trapped in his crease.
Yep. Right on the sticks, no room to move. Oh, that's a great delivery. Pitched on line with the stumps and moved away sharply.
Yeah, so we're seeing good movement through the air, Kevin, with the breeze, but we're also seeing maybe a little bit of work on the ball. The bowlers using their wrist or finger action to cut or put a bit of spin on the ball as it bounces off the pitch. So, we have 2 variables to deal with there, maybe a little bit different to what people have seen in baseball, where movement through the air is obviously where the ball is out to defeat the batsman's line.
Absolutely, and this is very much a multi-dimensional game in terms of bowling a ball that is not only going through the air but is moving off the pitch.
Another great line, just outside off stump. Batsman not sure whether a straight bat shot is the way to go or a cross bat shot is the way to go. Really needs to get that foot out in line with the ball, but maybe not quite following the line with the wind.
So the bat in cricket obviously has a much greater surface area than the bat in baseball, which means you can direct your shots a lot better. It gives you a much better chance of hitting it. And that carry is allowed to go through to the keeper. But on the other hand, there's a lot more variation in what the bowler can do. The bowler can swing it through the air. The bowler can spin it off the pitch. The bowler can cut it.
Sorry, Kevin, the teammates giving him a good clap. That was a maiden over, which means we had no runs scored from it. And that's a great opportunity to back up from the previous over with the loose bowling. So that was Surab, who actually came through there well and did really, really tidy. So he's only conceded 2 runs in his 2 overs so far.
That's an amazing effort. To bowl 6 balls in a limited over game like this, that's called an over, and to not be scored off, that is like gold in this form of cricket.
So 17 runs, no wickets, 3 overs in. And with this 100 ball format, 16.4 overs, the innings gets away from you pretty quickly. So we have, at the moment in the first 5 overs, field restrictions. We have an inner circle and we have an outer circle or the boundary. So the inner circle is where the majority of the fielders are right now. During this first 5 over period, only allowed 2 deep fieldsmen outside that inner circle, and meant to encourage a little bit of cavalier play early when typically the scoring is a little slower, trying to chip over that infield. So here we go. We have Pramod back in the bowling attack. He'll be looking to make amends after a loose first over.
So the total at the moment after 3 overs is 17. To be on par, that total needed to be 24. So they're 7 runs adrift at the moment, the chasing side.
Well, after that maiden too, you know. So it's another little traditional term in cricket, a maiden, for a run, no runs scored in an over. So a little bit of a chat here with the umpire. If there's a mechanical on the bat, maybe checking the toe of the bat or picking out some grass, or there we go. I think we're back on. Here we go. First delivery. Very short ball. Cross bat shot, pulled over to the leg side, bounces up comfortably between fielders. They pick up an easy single. A little bit risky.
Yep, went to pull that one over mid-wicket, got a bit big on him, top-edged it, and went behind square. But fortunately landed free.
Yeah, so a cross bat shot on our leg side is a pull shot, and a cross bat shot on our offside or open side is a cut shot. So lots of terminology in cricket. Keep it fairly narrow at the moment.
Oh, he's just pulled that off his legs nicely. It's gone out towards the boundary. Has it made it? Yes, we have 4 runs.
And that is the first boundary of the Avengers innings. Very well played, excellent timing, just really patient, good stroke play over to the leg side.
Good bit of wrist work on that shot, I'd say.
Made it look very, very easy. So first boundary to Malik. He's up to 7 off 12 balls. 22, no wickets lost.
Oh, that's a wild delivery. Well taken by the keeper.
So the keeper did track very well there. Pramod's just got to keep his focus here, focus on those deliveries. Maybe tried to go a little faster again on that one. Just want to keep it composed, work on his line and length. So a good length to challenge the batsman, pin him in his crease, and a good width. Oh!
He's gone.
That was an amazing response after just some loose, wild deliveries. He had a nice bit of in-swing against the wind, and it yorked into the off stump. So we've had the ball bounce just right at the crease, hit the base of the stumps, and that ball movement really threw Malik out. Here's the replay. Malik standing quite far back on his leg stump. Little bit of in-swing.
No real foot movement there.
He did have concrete in his boots. So just feathered that bat forward after seeing those last few deliveries swing out. And here's a different angle. Just watch those feet not really moving towards the pitch of the ball, but you'll see the ball bounce right on that crease. Really, the pitch of the ball up nice and full at the batsman's feet. Really needed to move them, but good response, great line and length, just what we were talking about, a great way to come back.
What we call a classic Yorker.
So 23 for 1, 3.3 overs. So we did have that wide earlier in the over, as well as the 4. So 23 for 1. New batsman at the crease. So Lucky's still out there. Has been at the non-strikers end for a little while. He's in 99.
So in terms of runs per wickets, they're doing well because that was the first wicket they lost after 22 runs. But we must remember that the best batsmen are in the top of the order when we play cricket. Your first 5 or 6, they're the ones who you expect to score the runs, while the ones down the end tend to be the bowlers. And it's a wide delivery, well outside off.
So a little bit amped. So we've got Talwinder in now. Just faced that first delivery. It was a wide. We're up to 24 runs now for 1. This is the second wide in this over. That's a fuller shot towards the body, pulled away, just behind square leg. They're running hard for a second.
Running on the throw, and he's there easily.
Comfortable in the end. So Talwinder off the mark with a 2-run stroke.
It's good to see some good running in these sides. I've been in teams where they've looked like they could get a comfortable 3 and they've been run out on the second run just from taking it too casually. These guys seem to be quite switched on and moving well between the wickets.
So that 2 takes the total up to 26 for 1, 3.4 overs.
Oh, comes down, cuts it, but straight to the fielder. Throw comes in. There's an overthrow. Yes, they get another run.
So that overthrow brings the total up to 27 for 1 now. Last ball of the over.
He's played it through towards deep mid-on, who comes in and keeps the run scored to 1 run.
It was a better ball and a good, well-timed stroke, so really only enough time there by the time it got to the fielder for a single.
Yeah, used the full face of the bat and drove it down the ground, showed them the maker's name, which is a classic cricket description of showing the full face of the bat where you can read the name of the maker of the bat on the face of the bat.
So that's 4 overs complete, 28 for 1. And 106 runs are needed in 78 balls. So that run rate's still a tick over 8 and over. So with the 4, a couple of wides and a double and a single, they're ticking along at that required run rate.
Yeah, they're just 4 runs behind the asking at the moment. That's a good effort to stay on that run rate, even though they've lost a wicket that over.
So we've got Lucky back on strike.
Ooh, that's going to be marginal for what? Yes, he's called it. Just nicked the line on the way through. Drives it through towards mid-on. They're running through for a single. Are they going to go for 2? No. He gets sent back. Not interested.
So Surab really has bowled quite tightly in his first 2 overs, so trying to keep the run rate down while he's at the bowler's end.
Cuts it to Point. Point standing deep. Yeah, they get through for a single.
So the field is, he's bowling certainly well to the placed field. You'll see there's 3 players in the point area, square of the wicket on the offside. A lot of that placement of the ball is just outside off stump, looking for those cut shots.
It's a good bouncy wicket for playing cross-bat shots. We're going to see a lot of big scoring later on in this innings when the ball wears a wee bit and doesn't swing as much.
Fuller length. Just driven through the cover area, easily fielded for an easily run single. So keeping that economy rate pretty good from his end, tying it up, Sirab. There's a nice slow motion shot through with a square camera.
It's in the air and he's caught.
Oh.
He's been caught at cover. He's gone. It's a good delivery.
We just talked a few balls ago about bowling to the field, and I think that we saw a great example of that. So Lucky.
Bowler comes in, delivers the ball just outside off stump. Batsman goes forward, playing the cover drive, doesn't quite get over it, or perhaps he was intending to play it over the field, picks out the fielder at cover, who takes a very comfortable catch.
So Talwinder caught by Jaya Prakash. Lucky's still out there at the non-striker end.
Good foot movement though, but just the movement of the ball I think defeated him in the end. Doesn't quite middle it.
He's disappointed. He knows he hit it nicely, just that extra movement like you say, Kip.
It's not easy batting out there, not in those first few overs.
Well, on the wind, it's a true northerly, but it's certainly swirling and gusting a little bit here. Probably more so than in the first innings when the Royals were batting. So that brings us 32 runs for 2 wickets, 4.4 overs. And typically we see the run rate slow down a little bit when a wicket's taken. So we'll see what happens here, how they can respond. Pramod's done a great job keeping the bowling tight and bowling to that field. So I think just square of the wicket there, if the those cut shots keeps bowling in that area and tempting the batsman to play just around waist height on the offside, we might see a little bit more pressure build here.
Pushes it past the stretch arm of cover, picked up by mid-off, running around, 1 run.
Yeah, so 1 delivery and 1 run off the mark from Raja Singh. Very patient.
This brings Lucky back on strike. Oh, he saw that well, but he's not quite cleared the field. Yes, he has. Gets away with it, and they come back for 2 runs on that delivery.
And we're seeing those fielding restrictions just limit how much they can pepper that part of the field. So that's the conclusion of the over. A wicket, and it's 35 for 2 after 5 overs. So we're going to see those fielding restrictions come down. So we're allowed more than 2 players outside the inner circle.
Didn't quite middle it, but cleared the infield. Lucky moves on and takes 2 runs for his shot.
So he's gone up to 9 runs now from 12 balls. So they might need him to take more of a conservative role and stay out there based on those 2 quick wickets lost in the
Yeah, it's all about building partnerships and having someone there as an anchor man to be the big run scorer of the innings. Not necessarily the fastest run scorer, but someone who can bat through the innings, provide some stability there, so that the rest of the team can bait around them.
So 7 runs from that over, end of over 5. So we've got Hardy now into the attack. He was here with us earlier in the first innings, giving a little bit of insight on first change bowling.
Oh, he's got a busy action, hasn't he?
He certainly does. And not a bad opener.
Bit shorter than your average bowler. That one stayed low.
Yeah, so the body height and, of course, a bit more of a round arm action, so a little bit more lateral movement than bringing his arm up close to his ear. You'll see the ball skidding a lot more too. We won't get that thumping down into the pitch and kicking up with the rebound so much.
Not quite your classic Malinga delivery.
Nice ball, well played. A good length, a little bit of movement, and then good movement of the foot there from Raja, just to push that one.
So it's quite interesting to see in international cricket a good variety of styles where your taller bowlers tend to bowl as high as they can when they let go of the ball, while your shorter bowlers tend to come a bit more round arm. And one of them is a chap by the name of Malinga. He's known as the slinger, and he's been known to give umpires a close shave as he puts his delivery down the pitch.
Maybe didn't come onto the bat as much as Lucky would have thought there. He didn't really quite middle it. So that's a dot ball. No runs from that delivery. 36 for 2 off 5.3 overs. Tidy so far.
Oh, he's picked that up. Nice. Driven it out over the covers. But there's the fielding restrictions are gone now, so they got good cover out there to prevent more than one being scored.
That one drifted quite a little bit in the air, a fuller delivery. Raja didn't quite get his foot to the pitch of the ball. Played a little outside his body. Didn't quite middle it.
Yeah,
Still getting his eye in.
Yeah, those fuller deliveries, they're hard to get it into the middle of the bat, aren't they? You tend to get on the toe, and there's not a lot of power on the toe of the bat.
So last ball of the over.
Found the middle that time, pushed it through the gap.
Looked so patient at the crease, just waiting for that ball to come up, held his footing. Nice shot to finish the over. So that's a single, and we finish the over at 38 for 2. So Raja picked up another run there. He's just ticked away with a few singles, playing himself in, getting his eye in. He started to middle the ball after the first few, seemed a little bit loose off the toe and the edge of the bat.
So to give you a feeling for where the game should be at this stage, the batting side needed to be at around 48 runs to match the 6 run per over run rate needed. So they're about 10 runs off the pace at the moment. But that may change because as the innings progresses, the ball wears, runs come faster.
Yeah, so run rate thus far is 6.33 runs per over. It's a little over run a ball, but they need 8.73 runs an over. So there's 96 runs needed from 66 balls.
Yeah, you can't let it lapse for too long. In the shorter version of the game, that run rate required builds up pretty quickly.
So, you know, we've had 6 overs. It's 16.4. We're more than a third through the innings now. So we really need to see, with the fielding restrictions opened up, the guys might have to go after a few looser deliveries. Raja left that one. I think he was expecting maybe a wide call from the umpire.
Yeah, I think it was a bit hopeful on that one.
It was there for the taking. A little bit shorter pitched, sat up wide.
Oh, that was a full toss, and he has collected that. and put it straight down the ground. It clears the boundary by a good 10 yards. 6 runs.
So Dick Shan will be disappointed with that. The skipper coming in as a bowling change. That first delivery, Raja said, hey, umpire, should have been a wide, but he's very patient. He looks very composed at the crease, and that one he just watched it, waited, swung, and middled it. Went right down the ground. Cleared it easily for 6.
A criminal delivery, really, in the game of cricket. To bowl a ball which doesn't bounce, that's almost giving a free hit to the batsman.
Free shot.
And a good batsman will put that away, and that delivery was put away.
So Rush is now up to 9 from 7 after being 3 from 5. So ahead on the strike rate. Here we go again. So if we have a look, that's really just a case of maybe poor timing or a little bit of a tough effort there. We really want to get a fuller delivery. Maybe the bowlers, Dick Shan's thinking about changing the length, changing the width, to lack of consistency in the deliveries to keep the batsman guessing.
Yeah.
So let's see how we can recover.
Oh, that's wide. He's been a bit rattled by that last delivery put down.
Yeah, so that's after a free hit on the last delivery, he's just given a free run. He's got to bowl again.
Driven down the ground. There's cover there, though. They're looking for 2, but no, been sent back.
So just a single, decent recovery, better delivery, probably a tad short. Raja could still play a cross-bat shot there and really give it a bit of a slog. So 46 for 2.
Dick Shan again. Oh, it's high in the air. It may be, yes, it's been called a no ball as well, and it's gone over the boundary. That is on the ground, so it's 4 for the boundary, 1 for the no ball, plus he's going to get a free hit on the next delivery. That was well high, and I think the bowler's been warned about that. You're not allowed to deliver balls above waist height. They're considered dangerous deliveries. You bowl 2 of those in an innings and you will be removed from the bowling lineup.
So,
you're not allowed to bowl again.
Yeah, we're actually up to 52 now. So we had the 6, we were able to just get confirmed. The 6 was actually a no ball as well. So that was a 7-run score.
Okay, Dick Shan again, coming for the free hit. Looks like it was just inside the wide line. The keeper's missed it.
Ooh, there's a little bit of a tumble there.
And they run through for a bye.
So lucky to get away with a legal delivery there. No wide called, very close though. Threw the keeper off far enough for them to have a scuffle, and I think the collision has seen Lucky take a tumble. He's had an unlucky day, hasn't he? Little bit of gamesmanship, I think, crossing the line where the ball got fielded towards Dick Shan, towards the stumps. So,
yes, but to be fair, it's up to the batsman to run away from the action area around the stumps and allow the fielding side to take that area.
So 1 bye for that one. And so, 52 for 2, 6.4 overs now. So this over is almost over. So 52 for 2, 6.4 overs, 82 runs needed in 62 balls. So that gap's a little closer than it was at the start of the Dick Shan will be very disappointed with that.
There's another wide. It's turning into a long over for this young man. So not only is he having to bowl it again, but he'll be feeling tired now too. Dick Shan again. And is it a wide? Yes, it is. Just came outside the off-stump wide line.
Oh, he'll feel a little bit unlucky there. I think a couple of deliveries ago was a very similar ball that was not called wide. And, yeah, I think Raja's playing the umpire a little bit by leaving that ball and having a good look and stepping backwards. So a little bit of gamesmanship going on here between the bowler and the batsman.
Dikshan again. He's gone down the leg side this time, and another wide called. He's not looking happy. Yes, that previous wide delivery that was outside off stump, that was kind of marginal. It was certainly well wide once it went past the batting crease, but it's got to be judged as it goes past the batting crease.
Yeah, so 55 for 2 now, 6.4 overs, still 2 balls remaining in this over. 79 runs needed off the 62 balls. So the runs are coming down, but the balls delivered are not with these.
Oh, he's gone down leg side again. I think we're up to the 10th delivery in this over, are we?
Yeah, that was the 10th delivery.
So normally a 6-ball over is now a 10-ball over with still 2 to come. Dikshan again coming around the crease this time. And he's been played down the ground. It's gone through to the deep fielder who throws it in.
Easy single. So Raja picks up a single. And 77 runs needed from 61 balls. We still have 1 ball remaining. 57 for 2.
Nice delivery. And it's being played down the ground. Is it going to beat the batsman? Well, the fielder, it's running out to the boundary. It's going to hold up just a couple of yards in there. They're coming back for 2. Are they going to make 3? No, they've settled for 2.
Comfortable 2. Good choice in the end. So that's lucky. And lucky for Dikshan, that's the over.
What did we get off that over?
So the over complete, end of over 7, 21 runs. The Avengers now 59 for 2, 7 overs completed. The run rate has shot up from 6.33 2 overs ago to 8.43, and the required run rate is now 7.5. So comfortably.
Yes, he's been stumped.
Oh, so we talked about more movement in the air. We had really good flight. And Raja would be very disappointed. He had his eye in, he was being so patient, and he really decided to have a charge.
Yeah, he came down the wicket, but it was never near the pitch of the delivery. The delivery moved slightly away from him, leaving him stranded.
So you'll notice too, for the astute observer, he actually had a bit of top spin out of the back of his hand. So the ball did not move laterally, and it kicked up a spin and really threw Raja off. But he, like you say, he charged down the wicket and didn't get near the pitch. And here's a lateral view for us, a square view. The distance between the foot and the ball was significant. And,
yeah.
Oh, bails off in a hurry.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope Rajesh is able to face his first delivery here successfully. But JP's going to go for that mistimed top spinner again.
Yep, picked it up on the full, drove it out to the boundary. He's coming back for a second, and he makes it just.
Nice throw from the outfield, though.
Oh yeah, no one there really there at the sticks to take that.
So Rajesh off the mark. Took 2.
Here comes the throw again. Another full toss. Out towards cover misfields, they get through to an easy single.
So the bowling has been a little loose. So we're seeing JP trying to put a lot of effort on working the ball out of the back of his hand. You watch at the top of his delivery at the release. Try and keep an eye on his wrist, and a little bit of extra effort the last 2 balls. He hasn't quite timed the release. That's a much better delivery.
I believe he's bowling with a leg spin action.
Yes. So we're leg spin. The ball will is a wrist spinning action. So we're using the wrist to counterclockwise rotate the ball out at the release, as opposed to an off spinning action, which is a finger spinning action where you rip your fingers in a clockwise fashion across the ball as you release the ball. So it can be a little looser. It's a tougher technique to master.
It's hard to get
another full one.
Yeah, it's hard to be accurate with it, and it's running to the boundary. Is it going to make it? No, it's just held up 1 yard short. The throw comes in, they come back for 2.
Oh,
leg spin is an incredibly difficult discipline to master.
But typically a bowler bowling a very good line and length in on the stump and defeats the batsman from playing a strike with the bat, but it hits their pads or body in the line of that stump, can be ruled LBW. A couple of exceptions. The ball can't pitch outside the leg side. And there's JP again. That's another full delivery. Pitched just to the leg side. That closes that over. So that's 65 for 3. And that's the end of over 8. So 6 runs came from that over. So Hardy's back. Wide, just short of a length, outside off stump.
He's been run out. He's been run out. Coming back for a second.
And we've got a nod from the square leg umpire, a yes nod. So that's a run out. That'll happen very quickly.
That was a very good piece of fielding out there on the deep. Who was that fielder?
So we might see the replay here shortly. Just a cut shot just behind square.
And so that takes them down to 4 out now. Here comes the throw, very flat throw, straight to the keeper, bang, gone. Very nice.
And that is.
So in terms of that delivery, I believe were they running for the second run there, weren't they?
They were going for the second run, so they were short on ground on the second run. So the score is 66 for 4 wickets, and here comes Hardy again.
So that.
Oh!
Hit it full in the air over mid-on, deep mid-on's coming around, picks it up, scoops it up, they come back for 2. The delivery on that previous one was a wide-ish delivery, but it wasn't what you'd call a wide delivery.
No.
But it gave the batsman plenty of room to play it down behind square. If the batsman can reach it and hit it, it's not a wide.
So that was Ankit getting off the mark. He has the jersey with no number. We saw him bowling in the first innings, so that was a 2. Picked up 2, so 68 for 4, 8.2 overs. And we talked before about them having to maybe pick up the run rate here versus the bowlers maybe tightening things up. So let's see if Hardy can get a bit more of a tight delivery. Whoa, that's a wide one as well. So because of those shorter pitch deliveries, Keith, we're seeing the ball pitched up a little and a little bit of cross-bat shot from down the ground from both players.
Yes, we can see from the field placements out there in the deep that they're trying to bowl wicket to wicket. Don't give the bowlers the batsmen any room. Make them hit straight down the ground. They've got good cover down there in the deep. 3 fielders lined up along the boundary there.
So we're at that halfway point now, and we're a little ahead of halfway on the runs.
It's a loose delivery, and is it called? Yes, it's called a wide. Just drifting away past the yellow wide line.
So nudging up to 70 with that wide. Here comes Hardy again.
Opens the face of the bat and runs it out square. Gets a single as it pierces the field between cover and point.
So just through for the single. I think they'll feel in a pretty good place not having to push for those second runs at the moment.
Yes, yes. I mean, if the ground was the grass had been cut to a normal level, that shot would have actually gone for 4. But it's a different game, and they have to play more conservatively. And he's got underneath that, and he's pushed it out into the deep. There's someone running around, and they're taking the catch.
Oh, nice catch. Kept his cool, kept his eyes on the ball.
Just inside the boundary. Very, very nice catch.
So, Kevin, you talked about the taking a wicket strategy. That was good medicine. So definitely will slow the run rate down.
Yes. Yes, there's a bit of what we call a middle order collapse going on at the moment. And that will be punishing.
So 71 for 5. Unkit's out. That's caught by Sale.
So we've got the number 7 batsman coming to the crease now. And traditionally, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 are usually the bowlers.
So Siva, number 10.
Siva coming to the crease.
Now, did the batsmen cross?
I believe they did. So one of the things that determines which end they bat from after a wicket is taken from a catch is the 2 batsmen at the time the catch was taken, did they cross in the middle? And it's at that point that they go to the end that they're closest to. The surviving batsman, that is.
Yeah, so we have Rajesh at the crease because they did cross, and Siva goes to the runner's end. So Hardy picks up a wicket, caught in the deep by Sahil.
Hardy again, puts it just outside off stump and is driven firmly.
Oh, direct hit.
It's safe. He's not out.
Okay, so that'll happen very quickly. So we had Hardy come in, nice delivery, just outside off to close the over. A little bit of a push drive, wasn't really a full strike. And Dikshant there nabbed that with his wrist. I seemed to hurt himself a little bit. And then threw an underarm direct hit to the stump. And the batsmen here we go. The batsmen just made their ground. Oh, there you go. Hit him on the wrist, I think. That got clubbed pretty hard. Definitely worth an appeal. The umpire moved reasonably quickly and had a good line of sight.
And we saw the batsman slide his bat along the ground there, and that's a good technique for avoiding getting run out when you're really stretching for it. So in baseball you tend to dive for the base. In cricket you put the bat out as far as you can, run the edge along the ground as you go.
So the end of the 9th over, 72 for 5. Run rate required. So the current run rate is 8.0. The run rate required is 7.75. So we're still there or thereabouts, but we're a couple of wickets lighter than the Royals were at the same stage of the innings.
As we saw on that replay, the judgment of them being in on that replay was a matter of inches. If he hadn't have slid his bat, he would have been out.
So JP returning to the attack. 6 runs off his first over.
And he's got right under that and cleared the boundary on the deep, straight down the ground, 6 runs. No, he's called it 4.
The umpire's called a 4, so...
Must have just landed inside.
Very, very close. A little bit of negotiating going on with the umpire, I think. But there we go. Another look. See if we can get the ball moved very, very quickly. There we are between the two. Just bounced inside.
Yes.
So good judgment by the umpire in the end. Great camera work there to catch the ball out of the boundary.
We rocked onto the back foot then and played it out square. Scuttle through for a single.
So that will be 77 for 5, 9.2 overs.
Delivery was just short of a length. By standing back, he made it into a easily negotiated shot.
So 5 runs thus far off the first 2 balls. That's 7 or 8 runs and over is par, so the batsman will be conscious of that. Pushing ones here and there. So good backing up.
If I was the fielding side now, I'd be looking to push in a wee bit. I wouldn't be looking. They're bleeding a few runs out there into the covers as the fielders sit back on the ring.
Yeah, so Rajesh running through and backing up well. Siva pushed that one through to the covers.
They have this team 5 down. This is the time to put the pressure on.
Yeah, lose 1 or 2 more wickets here and things might really dry up.
He rocks onto the back foot, drives firmly through mid-wicket. The field rows coming in, and it's 2 runs.
So that brings up 80, 9.4 overs. That means we have 7 to go. 54 runs to get for the win in 7 overs. So a little bit more than a run a ball.
No run. That's keeping the pressure on. Throw a wee bit wild, but good backing up. Very important in cricket for all the fielders to work together. And if a ball goes on one side of the wicket, someone needs to be not just at the wicket, but someone else behind that person in case that throw is not taken when it comes in. You can't effectively throw the ball all the way to the boundary otherwise.
So JP in. Much better length.
Drives through mid-wicket again. And they're just going to settle for 1.
With the boundary and a couple of singles earlier in the over, they really don't have to push those 2. And I'm sure they're conscious of being 5 wickets down.
Yes, yes. I mean, what is the run rate asking now?
Required run rate is 7.57.
Yes, so they're basically cruising on run rate. They basically need just over a run a ball. They don't need to take too many risks. In fact, it's imperative they don't take any risks. So by choosing the type of delivery you want your bowler to bowl, you limit the type of shots the batsman can make and the direction he can hit it in. Yeah, it's a tight delivery. Was dropped down, looking for a single, but no run available there as the bowler comes in and finishes up. Bowls again. It's a little bit wider. Yes, it's been called a wide, so we have to bowl that one again. Another one added to the total. Here he comes again. It's very straight delivery, comes off the side of the bat as he looked to play it down the ground and went out square as he got a thick edge on it, and comes back for 2 as it cleared the infield. A little bit of luck there, but that's cricket. You kind of make your own luck in that game.
Definitely.
Oh, he's standing back. What does that mean? He's called a dead ball. Batsman was not ready, so that ball will have to be rebowled again.
So that's something we don't see very often, but a dead ball. See the umpire kind of wave his hands down below his waist. So all we'll have now with the dead ball is the bowler retake the same ball. Looks like we have another dead ball. So the bowler will retake. There's no penalty extras or anything like that. It's like it didn't happen. So we start again. Here we go.
And he's down the leg side. He's missed. The keeper's missed it. It's going down deep. Is it going to come back? No, just the one. That'll be a wide and a bye.
Yeah, so a bye is a run scored between the wickets where no bat has hit the ball. So we would apply that to overthrows or a scenario like that where we've run off a wide and we haven't had a run scored off the bat. And we have to re-bowl that, right?
We do have to re-bowl it. Although I believe in that situation I called it a bye a bit early. It should be just 2 wides.
Got it.
Unfair to call that against the keeper. Oh, he's missed it at point, but covers come round, picked it up. There's a single. Driving out to point.
So that was Siva. That was a nice single. So our run rate is still in a healthy place based on those 2 wides.
And there's another wide. This is turning into another long over again.
So Rajesh is going to take his time on these wides. These do sometimes add a little bit to the game time, but we are 6 overs from the end.
And it's wide again, down the leg side. So any delivery that goes down the leg side without touching the batsman on the way through will be called a wide in this game. And he's driving straight down the ground, on the ground, and it's 1 more.
So we've had a few runs tick over with those extras, but we're up to 90 for 5 now, 10.4 overs, 6 overs remaining.
How many have we hit off this over so far?
Thus far there have been 9 runs.
And he's pushed it through the covers and holds up on the ground, and there's 1 more run there. That's 10 off the over so far, and they don't even need 8. So they're ahead and they've still got 1 ball to come.
So very patient, just looking for those singles and playing to the loose bowling. 91 for 5.
Oh, it's gone high in the air. Cover's coming around. He's under it. Oh, he spooned it. He spooned it.
Oh.
He had plenty of time. Had it all lined up.
Let off the hook.
And they just so needed that wicket just then.
Oh, 91 for 6 would have been a little easier to close out. But survives.
It looked like he got a leading edge on that delivery. Here he comes again. No, doesn't have his hands together. Went right between them.
Whew. So required run rate is 7 and over. So they've been ahead a little bit. Dikshant may be discussing some different field placement.
Oh yes, he was looking to drive it through mid-wicket and it's gone completely the opposite direction.
Okay, Shield coming in. Bowling change.
Oh, he's well down the leg side, and that's going to be called again.
So 11 overs done, 91 for 5. It'll be 92 for 5. This is making the run rate very comfortable, and we'll probably see Rajesh and Siva just be very, very patient here for the next 1 or 2 overs.
Oh, he's getting a lot of movement there. That was an excellent delivery, pitched and shot away to the offside.
And then
all he could do was get a little edge on that and no run. If this lad can find his length, we're going to be in trouble.
Little edge. Here we go.
Ooh.
So we're seeing some more wrist spin here. So leg spin. So the ball is pitching around the leg stump and then spinning away from the batsman. So can be a little tough to try and play against the spin. So you'll see the batsman play to the offside. So those balls have come out to the open side of the batsman so far. 93 for 5. Well middled. Good footwork. Maybe in contrast to some earlier teammates, Siva's really stepping into the pitch of the ball a lot better.
Oh, he's come down the pitch and he's got to the ball. He's got it away. He's going to be looking for coming back for 2. Yes.
So we saw him hit across the spin, and of course the ball kicked up into the air. So we spoke about that earlier. Well covered in the field.
He just rests back, plays with the spin out to cover, get in another single.
So probably could look to pitch up a little bit closer to the batsman. The ball is sitting up nicely for an offside play. So that length with the wrist spin, the control we talked about before, very difficult to master. This has been probably the best example we've seen of it today.
And that came in over the top of, well down leg side onto the top of middle stump. And was played with a cross-bat shot out towards mid-wicket for 2 runs.
So well fielded in the end, good cricket, and 2 sharp runs.
Yeah,
nice,
like you said, bowling just a little bit short there. It was going over the stumps, that delivery.
So 99 for 5. Waiting to, what 1 ball to go. Whoa!
It's straight down the ground, and he's pulled it in just inside the boundary, coming back for 2. And that's 50.
So it's 100 for the team?
100 for the team.
So conclusion of the 12th over. A little bit of confusion there on the ball count for that over, I think. Hence the mini conference there. But we've completed the 12th over. We've reached 100. Here's the replay again. The final delivery a little bit faster, a little bit flatter. And because of that extra pace, and it was middled on the way back, it went straight down the ground. Good fielding in the end. Was able to trap that before the boundary. Even with the long grass, that was middled well to get all the way down there at long off. So 100, we've got 4.4 overs to go.
Oh, he's got a leading edge, and he's been caught. He's been caught in short. He was trying to turn it on to the leg side, but the ball moved a little bit, took the leading edge, and he is out.
Steve was a bit disappointed there, but that was the wicket they needed to put the brakes on this run rate.
Oh yes, now that's got them back in the game a wee bit.
Seshu getting his eye in, ready.
Foolish delivery, driven down the ground, not much pace on it.
Single off the mark for the captain. So he'll be aware, having watched the run chase, that patience here may pay off, just picking off those runs. Rolling again.
Looks like he got an edge on that, trying to drive it down.
Yeah, and that's up and over. So 360-degree play over the wicketkeeper. That's another one. So 103 for 6. 12.3 overs. So 3 balls. We've had a wicket and 2 singles so far.
Got that over the ring. They're coming back for 2. Yeah, the ball's deep. You can usually get an extra run after the fielder's picked it up.
So 105, 2 off that one. So we're 2, 3, 4 so far off the over from 4 balls. Run a ball.
Yep, the ball's not doing much, and it's going to get hit. Going to find it very hard to beat the batsman now. Even a defensive shot. They're so comfortable, they're playing defensively.
Hey, Cheshire just got there, but he's already clocked up 3 runs, so happy to play that one back down the ground.
Oh, that gave him room, but he only got it away for 1. Didn't quite middle that, as he played it out to cover.
Looks very comfortable at the crease, even though he's just arrived.
And that's the end of the over, is it? Yes. So the 9th way you can get out is hit wicket, if you accidentally hit your wickets with your bat. And the 10th way, would you believe, is timed out, where if you take more than 2 minutes from the fall of a wicket to go out there to bat, you can be given out for taking too long.
That's pretty new. Must be.
Oh no, it's been around for a while. It was actually in 1967 in the England versus South Africa game, the 3rd test at Johannesburg.
There you go.
Mr. Cross, who was batting at number 8, was caught. Didn't have to come in for a fall of wicket, but then they lost 3 wickets very quickly, and he was visiting the facilities at the time and was not prepared for his position.
All right, so we're 106 for 6, 13 overs gone, 3.4 overs to go. Not many balls. There's 22 balls to go, 28 runs needed. 28 runs needed. Run rate of about 7. So a little bit over a run a ball. They've been doing that comfortably the last few overs. Really, a quick wicket here would help, and tight bowling would help.
Rocks onto the back foot, gives himself... he's a misfield out at Squealy, but to no disadvantage to the fielding side. They come back for an easy single.
So a little bit short again, allowing Sheshu to rock up and play a cross-bat shot, pulled over to the leg side. So we've just got to focus on that length. It's a single, 107 for 6, 13.1 overs.
Flatter delivery, bit of room there. Looking for a single, but no, sends the non-striker back. And he arrives safely back.
Well fielded by Dikshan, and then had a look, keeping that runner on us. Sheshu threw the ball back towards the runner's end of the stumps.
Oh, he's got underneath it. And he's been caught. Out in the deep, out at deep mid-off. Looking to go for the boundary. Didn't quite middle it.
So now the pressure's on. So dot ball, wicket, great catch. Didn't even have to move. Bowled well to the field. Good timing. So we are now 107 for 7, 13.3 overs.
And now we really are into the tail.
So Rajesh caught by Haral. Out, clean catch. 25 off 21 balls. Pretty good innings. But 3 overs to go. 27 runs needed from 20 odd balls. 21 balls? 20. So 7.7. A wicket just slowed it down. And every time we get a wicket this late in the innings, it really affects the run rate.
A new batsman has to come in. He's not quite got his eye in, not quite adjusted to the pace of the pitch or the deliveries, and they have to start again.
So Sheshu's still out there, and he'll be looking to stay out there through to the close. They crossed in the air, so he's going to face the next delivery.
It's a good delivery, fairly straight, looking for a quick run, and he's through safely. There was not much in that, if that had been a direct hit.
So fielded well, throw a little off target. So the new batsman is facing Subapa. He's having a look around. They want to keep moving the score along.
Well flighted. Oh yes, lots of air in that. Batsman could not judge where that was going to pitch at all, and that's a very good delivery.
So we're now seeing a little bit of a better length, and we saw that pitched up, Kevin, and you know, maybe Sabapa's this is an inexperience against this type of bowling. Unlucky, had put a lot of pressure on those last few deliveries, and we've seen a wide. So that's really a freebie.
Did all the good work and was undone by one delivery.
Yep.
How did that miss? Is what the keeper is saying.
So 24 needed. Yeah, number 31. So he's back.
Here he comes. Right, wicket to wicket. They can only nudge it down for a single, and they need 1.5 runs a ball, and they only got one.
Good delivery. Good delivery.
Nice and tight. Wicket to wicket.
So plenty of tension out here on the boundary from both sides. Some of the Avengers players certainly doing their calculations of runs needed per balls.
Oh, he's hit it on the pads, and they've passed for an LBW.
Well, the best part about that is it's a dot ball and there was no run.
Yeah.
So that's really ramping up the pressure. So keeping that line wicket to wicket, like you said, Kevin, is very, very important here. So 111 for 7, 14.2 overs.
Poonam again, coming in. Oh, he's bowled that one very straight. I thought he got through him for a second.
Great delivery. So this is just ramping up the pressure.
Right up there on the toes. Couldn't get under it. Trying to get under it. Could only toe it back to the bowler. Poonam again. It's gone between batsmen and the sticks. Keeper's taken it.
So if Seshu hadn't stepped back there, he might have got away with a wide. But
yes, if he'd stepped inside it and just let it go down the leg side, taken that run.
So 2 overs to go. 23 needed.
And not much coming off this over.
No. So far, so good. The economy rate has been excellent.
It's a bit he's hit it into the ground. It's just running away. It's only going to be a single. It's a bit of an ask, isn't it, to us, the number 9 batsman, to score these runs.
Here we go. 14.5 overs.
There was another appeal for an LBW, turned down by the umpire.
Maybe decided a little bit of bat or handle got to that.
Yeah, it sounded like a double hit, doesn't it?
Okay, so that was a very, very tidy over in terms of runs conceded.
Premed's coming in now. Bowls its delivery, little outside off stump, played out square by Seshu, 1 run.
He did concede 13 runs and over in his previous.
Pramod is bowling with some good pace now. That one went right through.
He did have some challenge with some wides earlier in the game, but those first delivery or two here has been a lot tighter. Here we go.
Third delivery coming up. Just push it down for a single when we need more than that. 2 runs off the first 3 balls of the over. The pressure's really coming on now.
Absolutely.
There's only 7 balls left. And
20 required of 7 balls.
It's almost coming up to a boundary ball, isn't it?
Very close.
They need to find that fence. And he's got under it, but
he's had a go. They're going to have to run hard.
It's into going for 2. Is he going to make it? Oh, he's conceded. He didn't even slide his bat. Run out.
So, KGS, run out. The umpire in a great position, well short. Yes, no bat slide, just knew he was well short. Okay. 114, 115, did we get a run there? Anyway,
yes.
We've lost 8 wickets.
Yep,
8 wickets.
They get the first run, but they've lost 8 wickets now.
Okay.
And now we've got number 10 batsman coming out.
So 115 for 8, 15.4 overs, an over to go, 6 balls to go.
And it's on Seshu.
Well, he's out there.
He's facing.
And here we go. It has been a pretty evenly matched, game, I would say, either way. So it's only fair that it comes down to this tight finish.
Yep. Well, he comes in, he gets a single, and he's made it. Yes. That was quite tight.
It was tight. Good running. Ran hard. Umpire was in a good spot. He knows at this stage of the game that there's going to be a lot of pressure on making those run-out decisions. They're going to take a run for everything. A lot of discussion going on. The field.
Setting the field at the moment. Here he comes, Ramad. Short, through to the keeper. Oh, they could have got a run for that, I believe. They should have been looking for that.
It's another dot ball.
But perhaps because it was the last ball of the over, Seshu decided, hey, I want to face the strike. I don't want my number 10 batsman facing the strike. I'll let that ball be a dot ball That way when we swap ends,
Yep.
I can face. Yes, he will be bowling the last 4 balls of this over.
Okay, so 18 needed. Off 4 balls. They've got to go for it.
Yep. They're going to get 1. Are they going
So
to come back for 2? Are they
they've
going to
cut
do it?
that
Yes, they
ahead.
are. It's going to be tight.
Comfortable in the end.
Comfortable. Very determined running then.
So a little bit of hesitation in the field. But that's a 2. So 118 for 8.
3 balls to go.
3 balls to go.
And they need 26 runs off the 3 balls. Ooh, it's too much. Even at 6 a ball, they're not going to make it. Is it, sorry? No, it's 16 runs.
16. Whoop. Straight down the ground. So if they've got to run hard here for 2, they've got to run hard.
Yep. Yep, and he's been run out.
The bat sliding has been a little short. So here we go. That's down to 119 for 9.
Yes.
Do I have that
so it's
correct?
number 11 coming into bat now, and but he's at the non-strikers
Or is it
end.
119 for 8?
It's 119 for 9.
Going to ask these boys to get on with it and close it out.
Oh, hit him in the pad. They're not going to run. I think they've conceded it.
I think Seshu as well, you know, he's been out there. He's going to take as much of the strike as he can, but this is
the last delivery.
pretty much it.
Yes.
Man, he's had a go.
Yeah, they'll get a couple
And
maybe.
that's-
I'm not sure if he's going to worry about it. Yes, they got an extra run
Oh,
anyway from an overthrow.
Go. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
but they were well short.
Yes.
And in the end, those couple of wickets were just that kind of 10 to 14 over period really slowed the run rate down. They were in control. There were some loose overs there earlier in the game from the Royals. But in the end, they really closed it out. They tidied up the bowling when they needed to in those last few overs.
Yes, it was a big change around for the Royals from their poor start at the beginning when they were bowling 10, 11, 12 ball overs. They closed it out, they tidied it up, put the pressure back on, and deservedly won this game.
So the Salem Cricket Club has done a fantastic job hosting the Royals versus the Avengers. And of course, you can look up Salem Cricket Club via social media on crickclubs.com, at Salem Cricket Club on Facebook, and you can certainly view from the cctvsalem.org website or the HD channel 322 any of the sporting events brought to you by CCTV. So it's a first for us in Salem, broadcasting cricket. And Kevin Patterson, thanks for joining us. We'll see the Royals coming out, setting that target of 133 and defeating the Avengers, who just managed, informally, I believe, 121 with those last 2 overthrows at the end. So thank you, Kevin, for joining us, and thank you for watching our broadcast of the Salem Cricket Club Royals vs Avengers.
This guy New Zealander, he's diabetic, man. He should not be in the heat.
This guy, the other
This guy is here before.
Support for tonight's program was provided by Les Schwab Tire Centers, where doing the right thing matters. Experience the Les Schwab difference at your neighborhood Les Schwab Tire Center or visit us on the web at leschwab.com.